Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to be the first live stream game for the Long Island Tabletop Expo's virtual con. My name is Eugenio, also known as DM Jazzy Hands. I'm going to be your dungeon master for this evening. I'm the dungeon master of the Last Refuge podcast, which is half of the cast you see before you here. We're joined by three of the awesome cast members from the Taking Initiative D&D podcast. Why don't we go around, introduce ourselves super quickly, let everybody know who you are playing this evening. And then I think we'll sort of hop in. I don't know. Do we need to do any other intro stuff? Why don't we start with Morgan?
Hi, my name is Morgan. You can find me on Twitter at ThistleRaven, or I healed Helm, the TI_pod Twitter for our podcast. You can say hi to me there. I am playing the wonderful Tiefling Barbarian Surreal from Taking Initiative.
Yeah. Let's hop down to Karin.
Hi, I'm Karin from the Last Refuge podcast. You could find me on Twitter, but I don't really use it, so I do not recommend doing that. Today, I am playing Kit from the Last Refuge, a druid Azamar.
Fantastic. Going around the horn, Lydia.
I am Lydia. I play Bizdira on The Last Refuge. She is an Asimar monk. As much like Karin, I have a Twitter handle. I'm very rarely on it, but you're welcome to follow me. It's Vistra Pipsqueak.
I love it. Josh.
Hello, I am Josh Perot. I am currently playing Mortimer Greaves on Taking Initiative. I was a DM for Season 1, but Season 2, I'm actually playing under someone you will be meeting very shortly. On Twitter, you cannot find me, but you can find us in our Taking Initiative Discord, where you can find at takinginitiativepodcast.com for all those social links.
Huzzah. And last but most certainly not least, Bucky.
Hi, I'm Bucky. I am the current DM of Taking Initiative, and today I'm going to be playing a character that has not actually been introduced to the podcast yet, who is a friend of both of these guys' characters, Jax, and you will learn some more about him later on.
Fantastic. Twitter?
Not on Twitter. You can't find me on social media. Don't
We're
follow
just
me.
Smart man. Smart man.
We're not big on the social media stuff.
I'm this
Morgan,
the
you and I.
social media. Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
social media sacrificial lamb.
Truly.
I've been in fandom since I was 12 years old. I was like, I'm so like world weary and like war torn about social media at this point.
I know.
Like whatever.
Oh, bless.
Whatever.
I know
I've
it.
survived
It's
through
true.
so much drama. I can survive this.
Careful what you wish for. So once again, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzy Hands. You can find me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. You can follow our show on Twitter at DND Last Refuge. I try and keep my hands off of that as much as possible because we have a younger and smarter player who takes care of that for me. Cool. So that's who we are. As you can see, we are playing the characters. Most of us are playing characters from the podcasts in their current iterations, and we're going to dive in. Here we go. So we're going to start with Mortimer and Jax and Surreal. Mortimer and Surreal, you two, along with your companions, let's see if I can do it. Barty and Moose and Zell have been, have been have been heading north towards Bryn Shander for some time. You were planning on sort of sleeping rough, as it was, as they say, for quite a while, but you hit north of Neverwinter and weather got shitty. And it just so happened that the weather turned right as you were sort of approaching the somewhat infamous town of Luskin. And so I made the executive decision that one of you made the executive decision to stay in Luskin for the night. So the two of you are, and your companions are just getting into Luskin. Jax, are you with them right now, or are you going to meet them in the city?
Probably going to meet them in the city.
Could have talked about this before, but I didn't. So you've headed into the city. Barty and Moose and Zell have somewhat characteristically wandered off somewhere, maybe to go find lodging or something. So it's just the two of you, and you both see the sort of Luskin is a port town known to be run by 5 high captains. And so you can see sort of the dock district on one end of the town. The other end of the town is the host tower of the Arcane, this enormous sort of stone tree looking building where some very powerful archmages live and practice. And you all see this tiny little bead of light fly through the air towards the port and explode. And immediately there's the sound of rushing flames. There are screams of panic and anger and frustration. And you can see that at least 2 ships on the docks have gone up in flames already, and people are running to and fro. What are the 2 of you doing?
First, I'm going to blame Barty for picking this town to crash in. We're already dealing with some bullshit. Let's go help.
Yeah.
And typically they're not even here to help.
Yeah.
It's
Shit.
just a job, I guess.
Something like that. Yeah, let's go help.
So as you all head towards the dock, you can see that there are already some folks here in town who are trying to help. They have very quickly, started grabbing buckets of water from the ocean and buckets of dirt, anything they can do to smother the flames. And one of them is a big burly half orc.
Buddy.
Surreal, what the hell are you doing here?
Same thing for you. Hey, Jax.
Hey,
what are you doing in Luskin?
Running an errand for Mary.
Is she here?
No, no, she's not.
Guys,
No.
there's an explosion.
Yeah,
What are we talking
fire.
about?
Yeah,
as
let's
the
go.
2 of you,
Let's go.
as Mortimer gets the 2 of you to turn and look at what's happening, a figure, a robed and hooded figure, is barreling down the street right for you. Jax, would you make me a strength saving throw, please?
Sure, I don't have stats, but I will absolutely do that.
We'll say it's a, I don't know, plus.
Forgot
4.
we're playing D&D. I need dice.
You're a
All right.
half-orc
Well,
fighter.
he ran into Surreal. Surreal,
That's a
there we
great.
go.
No, I got a
All right.
19 plus 4.
Oh, great. Okay, fine. So this figure careens into you and just bounces off of you and falls on his ass on the ground. His hood slips a little bit. You can see sort of dark curly hair as he hastily puts his hood back up, looks at the 3 of you and smiles and takes off running on the other, in the opposite direction of the docks. And the 3 of you hear shouts coming from the dock area. Stop him! Get him back! He did this!
Shit.
All right.
Looking after him.
Let's go.
Short swords are out, and I am going.
Yeah.
The 3 of you take off running, and you see this figure pull up short in the middle of the street, pull something out of a sort of, he's got sort of this shoulder bag on. He reaches into the bag and pulls out what looks like a book. And there is a flash of green light, and the book clatters to the ground, and he's gone.
We're playing Mist all of a sudden?
What?
Was it a blue book or a red book?
Oh, neither. God damn it. What just happened?
I don't
You're
know.
asking me because I'm not going to tell you.
No, you're not here.
This ain't picking up anything I've ever seen before.
That's well, I mean, this looks like some serious Mary shit, but if she's not
Yup.
here, I'm
Um,
gonna take the end of my glaive and I'm gonna poke at the book.
As you poke at the book, you can see that green, there's in the pages, there is that sort of similar green light, and you feel the glaive starting to be pulled towards the book.
Oh shit.
The 2 of you, Jackson Mortimer, you can see Surreal begin to sort of stretch out. Her glaive starts, and then the hand holding the glaive begins to elongate with it. And before you know it, before any of you have a chance to react, Surreal sort of gets strung into the book and also disappears.
Oh fuck.
I'm going in, and I'm just gonna like cannonball into the book.
So you cannonball, and you definitely land because it's a slightly slower process than that. So you sort of land sitting and then begin to elongate from the ass up.
I go a little bit gingerly into it. Just
Okay.
seeing that happen. I want my ass stretched out into the book. So just hand down and go.
You don't want your
blame
ass
body.
stretched?
Oh, blame body, and as I'm going into the book.
Yes, exactly.
Same right.
Exactly.
I had
Yeah.
a slight
Add a game question that I've
Of
just
course.
realized now that I have dropped an ass stretching joke and the F bomb.
Oh.
Are we okay to cuss on
I think we are, but someone should definitely like tell us in chat, or
In
maybe
chat.
our lovely
Yeah.
producer
That
Dave
might
can let us
change a
know
lot about what's going to
if
happen.
we need to
We
not.
already clarified on the website that anything that either of us are doing are for 18 plus.
Oh, that's what
so
I
we're good.
thought. I just
Okay,
wanted to be
alright.
sure.
Good.
All right.
Eh.
Well, from beyond.
Ayo.
Great. We
Thank
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helm.
So as Mortimer gets sucked into the book, we fade to black and we lights up on a forest setting. There's a clearing in the middle of the forest and a stone, a sort of medium-sized stone building in the middle of this clearing. And we see Bizdira and Kit hard at work at something. I don't know, any ideas? Your two companions are off training together somewhere.
You could be doing pottery.
Oh, I like that. I want to see Bizdira do pottery. So they're doing pottery. I love this. And one of the Yuan-Ti is helping you to learn to do pottery, but the Yuan-Ti is
Wow.
doing it with their snake arms, so it's a little creepy. All of a sudden, there is a faint popping noise, and you all see a dark, robed, hooded figure appear in the center of the clearing. And the guardians that are near you, including this Yuan-Ti that's helping you throw pottery, just sort of freeze and immediately go for their weapons.
How far away is he?
Oh my god. I don't know. How far can you run?
Well, no, I'm just wondering if he's within 30 feet. I'm going to Radiant Sunbolt him.
Well, then he's 35 feet.
Oh.
I mean, you know Biz. She's just going to jump up and be like, I got it. And she's gonna take off.
He's on. We'll say he's on the other side of the Arcanium, so you can see him, but he's sort of around the corner. And you hear him as you jump up and start running over, and you start charging up your Iron Man palm. You hear him go, "Fuck, Brita!" And
Rita?
yes, Brita.
What?
And you see your friend, the orc guardian Brita, come running in, and she looks completely flabbergasted. And she nods and reaches into the little pouch at her side and pulls out a tiny little booklet that she tosses to this guy that he opens up, and you see him touch the inside of the book and disappear.
I feel like I need to have a serious conversation with Brita.
100%.
But I also don't like this. So I was like, Brita, what the hell?
And
Brita
Kit
turns
nods.
to you. Brita turns to you and she takes in a deep breath and is like, I can explain everything. And at that moment, these three long strings of multicolored light start to appear from the ground, and they sort of squatten. That's not a word. And you and you see Surreal and Jackson Mortimer. Would you all describe your characters quickly for these two?
Yeah. Surreal is a super tall, buff, like 6'6" something, kind of slate blue skinned tiefling. She has short, messy black hair. Think facially kind of a mix of a Shane from the L Word kind of vibe to
Oh,
her. Oh yeah. She's that lesbian. And she's wearing big heavy boots and like a tank top and like skinny jeans almost with the knees ripped out.
I love it.
For Mortimer is dressed in like a guard-like outfit. He has just armor on, black pants. He has a cloak over. This is before Bryn Shander, so just a regular cloak. He has a purple scarf going around his neck. And just a regular pack on his back. His main weapons, you can see, are two short swords, one on each side, and then a bow slung over his back. He has short cut brown hair and a little bit of stubble coming in.
And because I didn't make this character, Morgan did. Morgan, can you please describe what Jax looks like?
Jax looks like a hot half-orc version of Jason Momoa. He's
go.
A tall, buff dude. He's got long dreadlocks. He's got small tusks pointing out. Super handsome, super hot. What
All
else
right.
do you-
And Bizir and Kit, why don't you two describe who these three see as they appear right next to the Arcanium?
Well, coming running up, they see a very lanky tall, very pale, almost like silvery looking humanoid with blonde hair wearing neutral colored pajamas.
Ah!
Oh, there you go.
I think as she was like running, her mask was up because she was hanging out, but as she ran, she pulled her mask down. So she also has this like wooden ornate mask covering her face.
Nifty.
Yeah, and running up next to her, you see a short, about 5 foot, pale little thing with crazy red curly hair all around her face, dressed much like that picture you just saw.
Nice.
Very resourceful.
Yeah.
Visual aids. Excellent. All right. So the five of you sort of stand staring at each other for a moment, I suppose, and
Oh no,
Brita
Dex
just
is
sort
rubbing
of
his in pain ass right now.
yes, trying to
Like,
push
I
it
think he
back
broke
together.
his tailbone. Oh,
Broke his ass.
Just-
2 minutes in, I already
into
broke my
this.
ass.
Mortimer is in full like his mode, going, where is he? Where'd he go?
Bizdira's just gonna be like, ask Brita, because I don't fucking know.
Who the fuck is Brita?
Who's breathing?
Brita
just
throws.
gonna
Yep, so
point.
you see a robed half orc woman sort of throw her hands up and say, "Look, I do not remember Brita's voice. It's been so many seasons." She says, "Look, it will all make sense. I promise. You all have trusted me this long. Just get in the book."
Bizdira's gonna sigh and just be like, fine. And she's just gonna like walk up to it and like nudge it and then I guess stand on it because she doesn't know what else to do.
Don't go ass first.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
No, learn from my mistakes, please.
All right, and so Bizdira starts elongating and gets sucked into the book.
Kit's not letting Bizdira go off by herself. She's
No.
following right behind.
Nope.
Didn't we just came out the
Yeah.
Just go in the book.
alright,
Just go in the
everybody
book.
back in. Go. Single file.
All right,
Let's go.
I'm gonna walk over to the book and I'm gonna slip on a rock and immediately fall on my ass again on top of the book.
Yes. So as the last of you, Jax, as you go once again, breach style into this book, before we fade out on this clearing, a tiefling and another Azamar with short brown hair sort of wander into the clearing and go, "Where'd they go?" And then we fade to black. Everything is dark for a minute, and then the first thing that the five of you notice is the smell. It is the smell of animals, and it is strong. The next thing you notice is that you seem to be sitting on something sort of like leathery, I guess. Will you all roll d6s for me, please?
How many d6s?
Just the one each,
Just the
please.
one. Okay.
Mhm, just the one.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay,
fantastic.
good.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Thanks, Dave.
Surreal, what'd you roll?
Surreal rolled a 4.
Okay. The surreal's on a 4. Jax.
2.
2. Mortimer.
Un.
Kit.
A 6.
All right. And Bizdira.
I rolled a 5.
All right. So as you all begin to get your vision back, the light is bright. There, you all of a sudden now can hear crowds screaming, like excited screaming, like cheering, very loud. And you all look down as you get your vision back, and you see that you're in some sort of arena, and the five of you are sitting astride dinosaurs. There are 4 other individuals with you astride dinosaurs. One of them is a goblin, and that goblin is riding a hadrosaurus, which, I don't know what that looks like. Hold on, because I have pictures. They're sort of funny looking with big chompers in the front, probably herbivores. There is a... I don't think so. But there are a couple on here, like the next one. There's a dwarf riding a Deinonychus, which is an Animal Crossing, because it's the creature that we think of in Jurassic Park as a velociraptor, but really velociraptors, none of this matters. There's a human riding a Triceratops, and you all clock the dark cloaked figure also riding another large velociraptor or Deinonychus. Bizdira, you are riding also a Triceratops.
Ooh.
Kit, you're riding a Tyrannosaurus, a young Tyrannosaurus, but you're on a T-Rex. Mortimer, you are on an Allosaurus.
Yeah.
Surreal, you are also on a Hadrosaurus, and Jax, you are on a Dimetrodon. You can Google those if you want.
I want to.
And someone, a voice, a clearly magically enhanced voice, yells, "Ready, set,
No.
go!"
Oh god.
Oh no, this thing's got a big spine on its back. That's not going to be good for Jax's ass.
That's right. I forgot.
Oh no.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I forgot about that.
yeah.
I'm so glad you rolled that one. Okay.
Oh no.
You all
Jax
are
is going to be
in-
very Saurus after this.
You all are in some sort of a race. The three humanoids, the goblin, the dwarf, and the human, and the robed figure have taken off on their dinosaurs, and you all can do so as well. If you want to run, I'm going to have everybody make a wisdom animal handling check to try and encourage your dinosaur to go.
Oh, this is not going to end up well for me.
I
Wait, which
can't.
character are we using
wait.
right now?
The Tomb of
Oh, sorry. This
Annihilation,
is
I
the Tomb of
imagine.
Annihilation character.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Sorry.
Wisdom. Oh, that's not good.
dear.
That's right. We should also talk about this. So you all also notice that you all look very different to the way that you looked a couple of seconds ago. Really quickly, let's go around and can everybody tell me what race and class you suddenly find yourselves as? Jax, will you start?
I am now an Earth Genasi druid.
Amazing. Mortimer.
Mortimer finds himself as a Tabaxi monk all of a sudden.
Oh my god. Bizdira.
I love this. Bizdira is a tabaxi druid.
Amazing. Just the two of you smashed together. Kit.
Kit is now a dragonborn paladin.
Yes. Excellent. And Surreal.
I'll aboard the kitty train because Surreal is also a tabaxi.
So many cats.
So many cats.
The dream.
Yes, I love it. I love it. All right. So can I have those animal handling checks? Let's start with Surreal.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. It's a 4.
It's a 4. Your dinosaur sits down.
Oh.
Your
Hey, buddy.
what are you on? You're on a Hadrosaurus. Just sits and
Okay.
starts chewing on a leaf on a branch that is sort of in the arena somewhere. Kit, how about you?
A 6.
So
Roll
your
good.
T-Rex tries to eat Surreal's Hadrosaur, but you
Oh,
managed
shit.
to at least keep him from doing that. Bizdira.
That's a 13.
Okay. What are you on? You're on.
I'm on a
Bizdira is on a
Triceratops.
Triceratops. 13. Not enough though to get this Triceratops to move.
Damn it.
So the Triceratops looks around and starts running, but the wrong direction. Mortimer, how about you?
This new Mortimer is not a very good handle on hands with claws, so accidentally claws the Allosaurus with a natural 1.
Shit. Okay.
You
Yeah.
start running.
Allosaurus is going to take a little bit damage. That's great. I love that. Let's say that much. And Jax.
17.
Okay, well, Jax's dinosaur just takes off. Yeah, and goes quite a distance. Manages to keep pace with the other 4 contestants. What are you all doing?
To be fair, the 4 of us are keeping pace.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's-
That's
We're
a good
not
point.
moving.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
That's
Mortimer's freaking out.
yeah.
Is this like a circular circuit or is it? Like-
Yeah, I think so. Oh no.
I think Bizdira is going to try to do her Iron Man radiant sunbolt
On what? Oh my god.
at the cloaked figure because I assume that
Oh.
this is the guy we're following, right?
Uh-huh. That's not going to go great for you though, is it?
No, because it's not going to work. She's going to go
Amazing.
and then realize that she's furry and has claws. In which case, she's going to go ooh and stick out her claws and kind of dig them into the Triceratops to try to get him moving.
I
You can
tried
make
that.
the
It
check
doesn't
again
work.
with
Bizdira.
advantage. Classic Bizdira, truly.
Yes.
You can make the check again with advantage. What are the rest of you that have not moved doing?
Surreal's gonna pat the poor dino beneath her and be like, "Okay, buddy, I feel you. I do, but we need to go after that guy and kind of like gently try and nudge him." Oh man, I've
Oh,
got
oh, man.
fur. Yeah, Mortimer.
Yeah, I got it. As I dismount from the dinosaur, I am
Okay.
feeling just itchy, and I'm like, I feel like I just have the speed going because I have the mobile feat and I'm a monk and I'm a tabaxi. I'm just going to start running after the dinosaur with the guy on top.
Yes, I love that.
All fours just going.
Yes, absolutely. So what is that total distance that you can cover?
In one turn, I'll use the tabaxi ability as well to double my speed and dash, and that comes out to 220 feet.
Holy hell. Okay. Okay.
I adore that.
Kit?
Kit is going to cast Speak with Animals, which surprisingly she can still cast.
Oh, okay. I love that.
So I'm going to have a little chat with my T-Rex and say, I don't know why, but we have to run. So I'd really appreciate it if we could just move a little bit.
Aw. You said you're a paladin, right?
Yes.
So your charisma's probably okay, right?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, so you can choose this time. You can choose either wisdom, animal handling, or charisma persuasion if you prefer.
I will do that one.
Jax, you are taken for a ride. How's it going?
It's definitely going. Do I see the guy on the other dinosaur taking off?
You do. He's about 20 feet. His dinosaur's a little faster. He's about 20 feet ahead of you at this point.
Okay.
Kit, how'd that go?
In classic Kit form, it was not very good. It was only an 8.
So the dinosaur goes, give me a minute. This is tasty.
Okay.
Take it to go.
Who else did I have re-roll?
Me.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Okay, so yours finally starts to go. Mortimer, you in fact, I think overshoot the hooded figure and then turn around and come back and still have movement left.
In full Zell fashion, in anime goodness, it's just the stop slide.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing over here. The voice, this is crazy. And I'm just looking down at this person who we chased into this place.
Yeah, he sees you, and you can see, it's hard to see underneath the hood to really see his facial expressions very well, but you can see him sort of stiffen up and shake his head, and he begins to reach towards that bag that's at his waist again as the dinosaur continues to run on.
No. Can I do anything?
Yeah, sure.
On my turn? Sweet. Learning monk again very quickly. I'm going to run at him.
And
I'm going to jump to try and tackle him off of the dinosaur.
Oh, okay. I like that. Goodness. Flying, I don't know. Let's call it an unarmed strike. You're trying to knock him off. So go ahead and make you can make an unarmed strike.
Sure.
Attack roll.
That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, bless. Yeah. So you will say that you, rather than doing damage, you just shove him, which is unfortunate because he's on a dinosaur. So he's not going to be on a dinosaur anymore. So he goes tumbling to the ground and sort of rolls a few times. He saw the blow coming. He couldn't stop it, but he could at least roll with it. So he's on the floor, and you can see his bag pops open, and none of them come out, but you can see it is chocked full of these shiny, large books, very colorful sort of fronts and backs to them, and there's probably, I don't know, almost a dozen of them in his bag, and he's sort of scrambling and trying to grab at the bag.
I'm going to, after I tackled him, just scream at him, have my claws out because I'm looking around for my swords. I don't have them. I'm like, stop! You need to stop and tell us what's going on.
Amazing. The four of you who are still on dinosaurs, tell me about your journey.
I'm seeing that this feline thing has worked out pretty well for Mortimer. I'm gonna get off my poor, sad, snacky dinosaur, and I'm gonna book it. I can use feline agility, so I can double my speed by the end of the turn. Does that get me to them, or do I need to do more?
So what does that make it to 60?
My 60.
You can just, you're probably 5-10 feet from them at that point.
Okay, so I can also, I can do something. Hold on. I can cast Expeditious Retreat, and
that'll do it.
yeah. So I will bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat, and I will zoom my way over to Mortimer and this dude.
I love it. Okay, so Surreal has joined Mortimer over by this cloaked figure. I have in my notes, I referred to him as the mysterious figure, and then I and then I started abbreviating it as MF and realized that was a terrible idea. Jax, your dino's doing just fine.
So
It's, you know,
he's going and he's screaming the entire time and just like zooming, and then he sees Mortimer or just Cat and the dude, and was like, oh my god, I'm a druid, and then immediately has a light bulb, and he's like, oh, my wife is a druid. I've always wanted to do this, and he turns into a bear and leaps off of the dinosaur
Yes.
right towards him.
Yes.
Yes.
Bizdira, so you've got yours going a little, I think, but what's the plan now? You see those three people that you have only just met, but are apparently besties with, have managed to get to unseat the mysterious figure.
How far am I?
Oh my god, I don't know, 20 feet.
Okay. I feel like she's so ingrained, so she just like keeps kind of doing this and accidentally casts infestation.
Oh my god, on him?
Oh,
Yeah, on the guy.
That's the con save, right?
Yeah, it's con save.
Oh lord. Oh, thank god, that's a non-natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah, but the bugs still appear, and he sort of starts to just getting them off of him. So
I have one more thing.
Please, by all means.
Because I have been thinking about this for days. So
Oh,
she's
good.
gonna see the bugs and go, ugh, and like sneeze, and she is going to randomly wild shape. And when I say randomly, I'm literally gonna roll.
Oh my god, yes.
nice.
Yes. Yes.
So she turns into a hyena on top of a
That's a good
triceratops.
That's a
Best
good one.
animal.
I also think that's an upsetting one for the dinosaur that you're currently on top of.
It's very upsetting for Bizdira too, because she was kind of holding on with claws, and now she doesn't really have the sharp claws anymore. So she's just kind of like balancing. on
Make
top.
me a dexterity acrobatics check with the hyena's
Sure.
dexterity, please.
Oh God, hold on. This is why I have Bizdira's sheets open, because I need to know.
You just made Morgan so happy with this. hyena.
They're my favorite animals.
I love it. That's a 10.
Oh, you fall off. It's not like you don't pull a Jax, but like you fall off.
Okay.
You don't fall on your ass is what I mean.
Okay.
All right, so you fall off, and you'll take yourself a moment to figure out that you're a hyena and get back up. Kit is back, still at the starting line with her dino just munching.
Yeah, at this point, I'm assuming I've seen the guy fall off of his
Yeah.
dinosaur. Is he within 120 feet of me?
Sure, yeah.
Great. So I noticed that I have a crossbow on me. And I also know that
Nice.
my buddy Flick sometimes casts this spell on he will, never mind. Timeline is not right. Anyways,
Maybe he's learned this one. I don't know.
Maybe. You
I'm
never know.
going to shoot off a crossbolt arrow thing. And at the same time, I'm going to try to infuse it with
Sweating.
magic, because I know that there's
Yeah.
magic within this body.
Right, you managed something. You managed, what did you cast before?
Speak with animals.
Oh, right.
So this
It
time
went
I
so well.
shoot off the bolt with a bonus action ensnaring strike.
Oh, all right. Strength saving. Well, you have to hit first, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is going so well. Am I rolling? Oh my god.
Did you roll a natural one? Please tell me you rolled a natural one.
No, this is, I think, the third 3 in a row that I've rolled.
Aw.
It goes
the-
totally the wrong way. I've never
Yeah.
used one of these before.
Well, the problem is your T-Rex decided that it got bored gnawing on the Triceratops because the Triceratops ran off. So right as you were aiming and firing, it turned 180 degrees around. So you just shot into the stands, and you missed everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Only Bizdira
Mhm.
almost kills civilians by mistake.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's me.
Yeah.
All right, so the four of you, three and a hyena of you are near this figure, and he's finally sort of he's got the bugs off, and he's grabbing for his bag. What are the four of you over there doing?
I'm gonna try and get in his way of the bag to like stop him. That's what I'm doing.
I want to cast Fey presence on him.
Oh, that's the charmy one, right? Or the
Yes.
frightening one. I don't know. It can be both, I think.
It poor Candle's dust, but yes.
Right, exactly.
Become charmed or frightened of me. So let's
Okay.
do
So,
charmed.
wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
That is a 17.
Oh, he succeeds like crazy.
He smiles and nods, though. He sees what you're doing, and you can, well, you can't really see the smile, but you can see the appreciative nod.
Hey, buddy. Why don't you slow down just a second and tell us what the fuck is going on right now?
He sort of laughs and says, "You're adapting well. What's next?" And reaches into the bag, pulls out another one of these shiny books, and throws it open. You all are standing there. He has not done anything yet other than open the book. Jax, what are you doing?
I'm gonna roar in his face as a
Okay.
bear and take a swipe at the bag and see if I can get the bag away from him.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Why don't you make let's call it a strength athletics check with the bear.
Okey-dokey.
He'll do.
Ooh, that's a nice natural one.
Oh, what a waste of a 19 on mine. So you swipe, but he has already laid his palm on the center of this book and begun to elongate.
Oh, do I land on my bear ass on the book now?
Oh my God, yes, you do. Yes, you
At least
do.
you've got bear hit points to soak up.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
And
true.
you're Winnie the Poohing backwards
Ooh.
into the book.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you all see the bear begin to stretch out ass first. Bizdira, you have finally gotten to your hyena feet. What are you doing?
She's gonna take off running again. She's gonna
Hyena's
kind of look
coming.
back
Where?
at Kit. Well, she's gonna go towards the guy in the book. And she's gonna look back at Kit and try to be like, "Come on!" And it'll just come out as, she'll be like, "What the fuck?" But she'll keep running.
Kid has a moment of, oh, is that what happens whenever I do that?
Yeah.
Biz knows that Kit will understand. But yeah, she's gonna take off running and I guess jump onto the bear.
As it is, okay, fantastic.
As it is
So we've
going
got a
down.
hyena sitting on a bear's shoulders who is sitting on a book and stretching out from the ass. I love it. Great. So those two are going. Surreal and Mortimer, you're right there. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna
Watching.
hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
I'm just gonna go.
All right.
I'm gonna turn to Mortimer and be like, "This is the weirdest fucking," and just zoop.
I hate magic so much. This is the worst. And I'm gonna slam my hand down and accidentally like scratch myself on the way too. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh
And
shit.
Go.
Kit, this damn T-Rex.
Can I try one more? I want to talk to the T-Rex and be like, hey, buddy, I gotta get to that book where all the people are disappearing. Come on.
Charisma persuasion.
Take the T-Rex with us into Barovia. Come on, let's go.
Okay, 16.
Okay. So the T-Rex goes, well, it's not that far you could have walked, but all right.
Sassy T-Rex.
And just ever so slowly. I mean, it's like it's the slow footsteps from Jurassic Park where what's his face is showing the vibrating glass of water. It's like that slow.
Is it faster if I just hop off his back at this
There's
point?
probably about 6 to 1, half dozen the other because he is pretty big. So
The unfortunate thing is this T-Rex sounds like it smokes, but you know it can't. It has no reach. No wonder he's so grumpy.
It has one of those long holders, like the ladies.
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah. This T-Rex is named Eustace, and she's been working at the same diner for the last 2 years.
yes. So the T-Rex finally gets to the book and goes, your destination, Your Highness.
I give it a side eye and I put my hand on the book and fall down it.
Right, and into it you go. You are stretched out. Darkness engulfs, and again your hearing returns before your sight to all of you, and you can hear that same voice who's spoken a couple of words here and there of the mysterious figure. And you can hear some way down, sounds like it's echoing, like you're maybe in a cavern or something, saying, "Yes, I'll bring help. Just hold on to this."
Towards the voice I go.
Yeah,
in what form?
So this one is, and I put it. It's in the Zoom chat, and I'll keep putting them there so you guys can have a half second to look at it before. But this one is Tyranny of Dragons.
So Surreal's gonna want to like try and make her way, and as soon as she starts to like take a step, her equilibrium is all thrown off because
Oh no.
Tabaxi's and Tiefling were about the same-ish height, but like her whole center of gravity is different now that she is a dwarf. And she kind of stumbles for a second and then like is looking around and is like, what the oh, I shrank, like what? But yeah, she's a dwarf that looks like Surreal, kind of darker skinned, short black hair. She's got a
same skinny jeans.
Shield. She's got a shield. She's like, oh no.
Amazing. Kit, as you begin to get your sight back a little bit, and you all can see that you are in fact in sort of one end of a tunnel that leads out, and you can see sunlight at the far end of this tunnel. Kit, what do you discover about yourself?
I have almost the exact opposite reaction of Surreal, which is all of a sudden I'm like, why am I so big? Why does the world look like this? Because all of a sudden I'm an enormous Goliath barbarian.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Kit is very overwhelmed. This is crazy.
I love it.
She was like, want to trade?
And you hear, "What a trade?" as you see a silver dragonborn next to you with a dexterity of 5.
Oh
after running
my god.
so fast, he has no idea what's going on. He's like, his claws are just in his way. His tail, he has tripped over 4 times. He's having a rough time. He's like, what is this? And I'm just walking purposefully, one step after the other.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity acrobatics check.
Got it. That is a
-3.
I rolled a 13 with a -3. That's a 10.
So you don't fall down. It's very slow, though. It's very slow. Jackson Biz.
Jax runs straight past Mortimer because he's
Okay.
like, I am immediately so much faster now, and I'm a half-elf rogue, just like straight past him.
I love it. I love it. Just down. And Bizdira?
Bizdira is getting a kick out of watching this guy walk so slowly, and then she looks down and says, fuck, and realizes that she looks very similar. She is a blue dragonborn.
Oh.
But she's like, the insides of her feel the same, and she realizes that she's still actually a monk, and so she takes off running as well.
Okay. All right. Great. So, variously, you all, Mortimer, of course, last, you all managed to reach the end of this tunnel and step out into the sunlight, and you find yourselves on an enormously high rocky cliff face. And facing you, backs to the drop-off of the cliff, are 5 beautiful, terrifying dragons. There is a gold dragon at the center of this little group, flanked immediately by a brass and a silver dragon. And then on either side of them are a bronze and a copper dragon. And they all look somewhat surprised to see the 5 of you. Yes, Surreal.
Surreal is going to go, nope, and turn around. And start...
I like the dinosaurs better. What's
Yeah.
happening here?
What the fuck?
The gold dragon sort of opens his mouth and taking in all of you at the all 5 of you at the same time says, "Intruders, but from where, I wonder?"
Bizdira's gonna raise her hand.
And walk forward and say, "Don't mean to intrude. We're following some hooded guy through some books. Have you seen anyone in that description?"
What's going on down there?
You're so close, Mortimer. You've got like...
I'll be right there.
The silver dragon that's just to the left of the gold dragon sort of says, have you seen anyone like that? Yes, of course. He just passed this way. Said he would bring help soon for our, small predicaments that we found ourselves in.
I don't think that that's true. I think he's bad, and I just can you point me in his direction?
The brass dragon on the other side of the gold dragon sort of, you can tell after a moment that these sort of terrifying grunts are laughter, and he says, yes, of course, Protanther, show them where he went. And the gold dragon sort of looks not amused and reaches down and picks up a book.
Can I do a surreal trademark, please?
Of course you can. That's why we're
Fucking
here.
Insight check.
Yeah, do it.
Hell yeah. Oh, it was almost a 5, but it was not. Wonderful. So close to being really shitty. Insight +1, 19.
All right. They do not appear to be lying to you at this point. They seem to be they are amused, but they are being truthful that he did pass this way. He did promise to help them out, and he did have something. He went into the book, I guess, which makes sense to you at this point. You do, with that 19, also notice that silver dragon has been giving you side eye since you walked out of the cave.
Me in particular? Or...
Yeah.
Is it a sexy side eye? Or
I knew that was coming. I almost said, and to be clear, it's not a sexy side eye.
There are a lot of sexy side eyes when it comes to surreal.
That's why I wanted to clarify. I just didn't get it out quite quick enough.
So surreal is surreal. So she's gonna be like, "You all right, buddy?"
And she, the silver dragon, sort of sniffs and says, "Of course I am, and we are not buddies, dwarf."
Oh, if it helps at all, I'm not normally a dwarf.
Yes, I guess it does help a bit.
Yeah.
Can we get that book, please?
And at this point, I think, Mortimer, would you like to arrive?
No. I turn around and go, nope. No.
Buddy. Surreal's gonna go get him. And like you know when you're trying to teach a toddler how to walk and you hold their hands and be like, yo, listen, when you got a tail, you gotta move your hips. I know this is unusual for you, Mortimer, but you gotta actually move your hips a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of baby walk him back to everybody.
I really love the picture of a dwarf baby walking a
Oh, yeah.
dragonborn.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like trying to hold my tail at the same time, but then I realized it was somewhat for balance. So I'm really trying to figure out. And at some point, I just go, all right, just get on all fours and just start walking on 4. I'm like, I want my swords back.
Oh, Mortimer.
Surreal. Don't tell Barty.
No,
please.
Or
never anywhere. Or Flock.
No, we're never telling anybody about this ever. Let's move on.
Thank you.
The gold dragon, after this little moment has happened, has sort of been waiting, doing that teacher thing of like, I'll just wait till you're done. And so when it finally seems that you are in fact done, he says, why should we entrust this priceless artifact to you, 5 strangers, when it was given to us by a friend?
6 seconds ago.
Vizdira's gonna be like, it's usually my job. Listen.
The copper dragon on the far end goes, I mean, she does have a point, Prothampter. We did just meet him too.
We don't want to take it. We actually just want to touch it and we'll be out of your hair. Or
just touch
scales.
it, stretch
Just
her
touch it.
ass out, and
No
away we
more,
go.
please. No.
The bronze dragon goes, oh, I like her. So Prothanter, the gold dragon, says, well, despite my friend's insistence that you are no more strangers than he was, why should we allow you to touch this mysterious and priceless artifact?
We're practically kin.
The copper dragon that sided with Surreal sort of lets out an angry snort at that.
Well, I mean, it was worth a shot. I'm usually not a dragonborn either.
So Kit's gonna say, well, if you trusted one stranger to complete an errand for you, you could also trust us to complete it for you, and maybe we'll do it in 5 times the speed.
And please just make it stop.
Also, if you let us touch the book, we'll leave.
Yeah, that's, otherwise we'll stay.
No. No. The real no.
Listen.
Sorry, this one's one of my favorites. So the silver dragon goes, well, I would like the dwarf gone. And the copper dragon says, well, the dragonborns aren't my favorite either. And Prothanter says, no, they have offered to help us 5 times as quickly. Tell me, strangers, where will you find a brave band of adventurers strong enough to stop the return of the evil Queen Tiamat to the world?
This deer is just going to raise her hand and be like, I'm a brave soldier.
Kit flexes her giant muscles that are new and exciting.
So listen, where we're from, where I'm not normally a dwarf, we've got this whole problem with giants. So like, let us maybe deal with our giant problem, and then maybe we could help with that.
They all sort of recoil at the mention of giants.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the magic word that I didn't know was the magic word until you said it. And the brass dragon says, giants, do you hunt them?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wait, you hunt giants?
Buddy.
Says the DM of the game in which you are meant to be.
No, Jax has no clue that's what they've been doing.
Oh, that's what Jack says. Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were Bucky saying that to Morgan.
Fill you in on that in a little bit, buddy. But yeah, giants is a whole fucking thing. It's crazy.
They all sort of like cran their long sinuous necks together for like a little huddle, but they're fucking dragons, so like they're not quiet. And you can hear them talking about we haven't heard anything about giants on the rise. What if this is a danger that we are unaware of? Dare we stop them from getting back to it? And there's a bit of, yes, exactly, Surreal. There's a bit of argument that goes on far longer than you would like for it. So why don't you all, let's see, we'll make this a group check. So why don't you all make me charisma persuasion checks? Surreal, you can have advantage for the giant comment. Okay. Oh no. Well, there's so many people who look upset about this. So let's start on the other side of my screen with Jax.
I got a 15.
Okay, all right, we can do that. Mortimer.
I got a pity 13.
Should have given you disadvantage, but I like it.
I'll do it. Hold on. Hold on.
Do it.
Yeah. That is a 10 now.
Okay, great. Not so much worse. Bizir.
13.
13. Kit.
7.
Surreal?
My first roll was a 1, and then I redeemed myself with my second roll, in so much that it was 3 more than 1. It was 4. plus an additional 4 for persuasion, so it's an 8.
Okay, so an 8. All right, so wait, we have a 7, that's a no. A 10, that's 15, that's a yes. A 10 actually is just enough, and a 13 is okay. So 3 of you managed. So they leave the dragon huddle, and Prothanter says, I wish you luck in your quest against the dragons, and look forward to your return swiftly to help us deal with Tiamat. And he holds out the book to you all.
Zir is going to give him a salute and touch the book.
This is the fastest Mortimer has moved.
Go ahead and make me another dexterity acrobatics check, Mortimer.
You got it. That is A 15.
All right. So
It's an
you
18 minus 3.
It is, I know. it is the desire to be out of this form that speeds and balances your feet as you head over there behind Bizdir, behind whoever who just touched it, Bizdir.
Yeah, I feel like since I'm a paladin in this one, it's my god of whoever who's just pushing me and just like, not
Right.
you.
Just oh my god,
Not
not you.
you.
Please, not you. Kit, what about you? Oh, sorry, Surreal. Go ahead.
No, it's okay, Kit.
Kit, in taking one last advantage of her giant muscular body, will do a nice lunge into the book.
Nice.
Amazing,
Power
Surreal.
So it was the copper dragon that had problems with me.
With
Silver.
you was the silver dragon.
The silver dragon. So as I go and stretch my ass into this, I'm gonna give her I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna give her a saucy little wink, and I'm gonna blow her a kiss, and then zip out.
As you stretch, the last thing that you're able to see is her going, oh, but and just looking very, very conflicted. Who's left? Jax.
Jax slowly walks up to the book and then looks at it and he goes, not this time, and just puts his hand down on the book. But then somehow manages to slip and then falls on his butt again.
All right. So everything goes dark, and the first thing you notice there's no good word for this. I've gone through every possible permutation. You're wet. You are waterlogged. You are damp. You are moist.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm not happy right now. Not at all.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna need everyone to do two things for me. We're gonna go around, and I'm gonna get everyone to tell me what you find yourselves looking like now, and I also need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh god. Hey, are we submerged in water, or is it
No, it's
Okay.
just like maybe a foot or two deep.
Okay.
So if you're a halfling, you are mostly submerged in water.
So so upset about being short in the previous one. Surreal is incredibly dismayed to find that she is even smaller. She looks out at her hands, and they are tiny little paws, and she goes over her face, and she is a gerbine, which is the mouse folk type person from Humblewood. So she's got her
Might
tail
be.
back.
Who did you go after? You went after Mortimer, so I think you might have to be. I mean, are you literally a mouse?
I'm
Yes.
basically a mouse person. They're creepy in so much as that they're big. They're like, I think
They're like 2.5
the-
feet tall.
the gerbine is about, it's a 2.5 foot tall
You
mouse.
might be mouse paddling, but you're
I
fine.
have. What's
Oh.
wonderful is that one of my equipment items that I took was a ring of water walking. So I am
Yes.
on top of it.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Excellent. Did you roll initiative?
I did not roll initiative because I forgot all about that.
It's okay.
But my initiative's fucking bonkers because I'm a monk and I'm a gerbine, so I've got crazy dexterity.
Yes.
17 plus 8.
All right, 25.
Jesus.
That's a okay. Surreal. Kit, what do we see?
Kit has stayed huge, but she feels a little bit more at home in this body.
Okay.
Because now she is a furbolg.
Oh.
It feels more in tune with her druidic past, and in fact, she's still a druid now.
Nice.
So she's
Oh, how nice.
happy in this body.
How nice. Excellent. You're playing Justin McElroy's character from Adventure Zone. Bizdira.
I didn't do that on purpose.
So for Bazdir's initiative, it's a 4. Just
Okay.
You know.
Oh, right. What was your initiative, Kit? Sorry.
Oh, a 15.
Okay, great. Go ahead,
Um,
Bizdira. What do we see?
And you just see like little like tufts of flame, and she's just like, ugh,
Oh no.
water. And she's just bright red with like little bits of crack and like little streaks of like yellow, and her hair is like sticking straight up. It looks like it's on fire. She looks kind of like Hades from Hercules.
Oh, fun.
She's
Yeah.
just like,
Mhm,
"Ugh, what is this water thing?" And she's like producing the flame around her to like dry off.
Yes, I love that. Okay, love that. Mortimer.
So Mortimer feels better in this body. He's getting used to being a tabaxi again. For those of you who've watched the Nerd Immersion Prince of the Apocalypse game, you will know this as a scratching post. But for
Oh.
this is Mortimer in this body. But you see him, he's now a wet cat. which
Oh,
makes
no.
him angry. And Mortimer finally finds his feet. He's huffing and puffing about it. He finds a strength in his body and he looks around and he is just immediately going to go into a rage when he can, as he just goes and
Oh, yes.
he sets up
Thundercats ho.
sets up this warhammer he takes off of his back, and it's a vicious warhammer. And he is ready
Yes.
to beat the shit out of something.
Yes, I will give you plenty of opportunity for that. What was your initiative so we can see how
Initiative
quickly he can do that?
is 18.
All right. And
Right.
Jax.
So Jax is now like, oh yes, I have muscles again. Oh, and starts like kissing his biceps. He's like, oh righty, lefty. Oh, don't leave me again. and then immediately looks out. He's like, my legs are a lot closer to my body than they used to be, and realizes he's a mountain dwarf fighter. His little stubby legs are going in water. Like, what the? Good enough. And takes out his battle axe and is ready to go. And he's got
I
a
love it.
16 initiative.
I'm so glad you all were different numbers. Jax. All right. Okay, so you see before you, you all seem to be in some sort of temple or sort of holy place, but twisted. Water 2-ish feet deep all over. In the center, coming up from the water, is this blue crystal altar thing. And sitting on the altar is a book and a body. And the mysterious figure is nowhere to be seen, but you see the body of this, what it, at first glance looks like a humanoid, but then you see one of his arms is like a giant crab claw, and you can see barnacles all up and down one side of him, and he is lying very obviously dead on this altar, and you can see this blackish blue blood seeping from a wound in his shoulder, and as you all look, the blood creeps and touches the book on the altar, and there is an enormous tidal wave of water that sort of begins to swirl up, and you see two glowing, menacing green eyes in this tidal wave as it sort of rises up and laughs. And Surreal, you do have the first turn as this powerful water creature menaces you.
All right, first one, we got to pour one out for Mr. Krabs, and then I guess I'm gonna find out what it's like to fuck. I guess.
I'm sorry. What it's like to what?
Sorry.
Not that kind of game.
Learning
well.
how to. I'm learning how to do monk stuff very quickly. I guess.
You got one thing, punch.
Well, I've got a whole
lot
bunch
of
of
them.
different stuff because I've got oh god, doing high level characters and you don't know shit about them is the hardest thing in the world. I'm gonna
I would say I'm sorry, but you all bought into this.
yeah. So I'm gonna use my movement to get all up in its jimmy jams.
Yeah, get up in them Jimmy Jams.
And then I guess I'm gonna spend 2 key points to cast Burning Hands.
Yeah, do it.
Hold on, and that is Burning Hands. Oh fuck! It just tells me I can do it, and it doesn't tell me.
Yeah, so it's a dexterity saving throw on his part,
Okay.
and it's gonna be Bizdir, is it 2D? It's 2d6, right?
Yeah, 2.
Thank you.
So that is a 21 to save. So this water creature will take half of your 2d6 of fire
2d6.
damage.
Okay. It's a 10. So 5 points of damage then?
All right, so you see steam going off, and the creature sort of recoils at the burst of flame that explodes out from your outstretched hands.
All right, and I have 2 attacks per action, so I guess I'm gonna you know what? I'm just gonna see if I can punch a wave. Fuck it. So I'm gonna try and punch it, and I will roll to attack.
What level are you all in this one?
It's
12.
12.
Great.
12.
Thank you.
So that is 19.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. And what dies? I think that's
12th level's a D7.
7.
A D7?
Yes.
D7, yeah. So that is 10 points of
All right.
punchy damage.
All right, and you have key infused strikes, so you infuse your fists with magic as you punch in, and weirdly it turns out you, I don't know about anybody else, but you can in fact punch a wave.
Fuck yeah.
Mortimer.
So I'm going to run in with this Warhammer. I'm going to rage, as I said, and because of my rage being a storm barbarian
Yes.
of the Tundra class, You all get 4 temporary hit points,
Woohoo!
including myself, which I will do in a minute. And then I'm just going to hit at it reckless.
Do it. Get that advantage.
I will. That is going to be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, I thought so. That's going to be 6 points of damage. Oh, wait,
All right, and
plus rage, sorry.
Yeah.
That's going to
This level's
be 9 points of damage.
9, yeah.
And I'm going to hit again.
All right. And this weapon flashes every time you swing it. It's flashing with, because you said it was vicious, right? Magic?
Yes.
Okay,
yes. It's going to be 26 to hit.
All right, that'll do.
Which comes out to 14 points of damage.
Nice.
And also, just so everyone knows, because of my Storm Soul aura, you all get advantage. Sorry, not advantage. Shit.
You wish.
No. Resistance to cold, I believe.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yes.
Look, I'm so proud of you.
That will be my turn.
Mortimer is swinging with that great big warhammer.
It is a vicious warhammer, yes.
Vicious warhammer, yes. Jax.
Jax is going to follow suit and run up immediately, and not being good with words, he's going to be like, fuck you, water, and then just attacks it with his battle axe.
Obviously.
And he's going to attack twice. First one is a 26 to hit.
That'll do.
And that's 2 plus 4, 6 damage. Second attack is a 17 to hit.
That actually, so you slam in with your weapon and it sort of gets caught in the water and flung back at you. That does not hit this creature.
Okay, and then I will use my action surge, and then I will make another attack.
Do it.
Which is that's a 19, which for me is a critical.
That's a crit, yeah.
I'm a champion.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 5 times 2, 10 plus 4, 14.
14. That's 14 damage, yes.
14
okay,
damage,
all right.
yes.
Yes, all right. So, and then you get another one, yeah?
Do I? Or is it just one attack?
Action Surge lets you take the attack action again, so you get to take as many attacks as you get on your action.
Okay, that's a 24.
All right, that'll do.
And 3 plus 4, 7 damage.
All right. Jax is also just wailing away, rivaling a monk for the speed of his attacks for that round. I forgot that this creature has legendary actions, so
you can re-forget that.
I could, but I'm not going to. So this creature, you see sort of this shiver, this ripple come from the bottom of the wave where it's connected to the water in the room and sort of ripple all the way up through. And you think maybe the water looks a little greener, but other than that, you don't really notice anything. Kit, you are up.
Great. How tall is this thing?
Oh, easily 15 to 20 feet tall.
Great. I would like.
Oh, no.
So again, Kit's very familiar with whatever spiritual powers come with this body. I would like to create a flaming spear, and I would like to ram it into his face.
Right,
So
right.
to my friends. Oh, and I'm going to cast it at a 5th level because
yeah, you
why
are.
not?
This is what Kit has dreamed of for so long.
Yes.
I love it.
All right. So that's a dex save.
Yes. That is a 12?
That
Nope. Oh, yes, 12.
that fails.
Okay, it's going to choose to succeed instead.
That's fine. It can take half the damage. So it takes 7 damage. That's halved
7.
already.
All right.
And then as a bonus action, I would like to call my spirit totem, which is a bear.
Que fancy.
So anyone who's within 30 feet of the bear, I'm going to try to plop him so that it gets all my friends for now.
Totally.
Everyone gets 17 temporary hit points.
So many.
Yes.
17, not 417. There we go.
And advantage on, oh God, who knows what that said? Strength checks and saving throws, I think.
That makes sense.
My notes say.
That sounds right. I haven't looked at a totem in a while, but that makes sense. All right. That was Kit. It is finally this creature's turn. And it is going to, it's very upset, and there are lots of little things near it that it can beat upon. So it is going to try and beat upon, let's start with Mortimer. Mortimer, that's a 26 to hit.
Oh, yes, that hits.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
1, 2, and 3. All right, that is 15, 18, 23 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. It wraps a tendril of water around you and holds you in place. Then it is going to reach out and try and do the same to Jax. Jax, that is actually not all that great. That's a 12. Nope, a 13 to hit. I rolled a 2.
That is a miss.
All right, well, it misses you, and it's pissed about it.
Eugenio, just to be clear, you would have had advantage on the attack against me. 'cause I
Oh,
have
that's right.
reckless.
Let's just see if No, I did not crit.
Okay.
Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome.
Doop. Yep. That's a thing that it can do, and so is that, and that sounds like fun. Great. Bizdira, you are up.
Bizdira's fingers are feeling itchy,
Mm-hmm.
and she just kind of
I don't know what that means.
she just kind of points all over her fingers and casts a 6th level chain lightning.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, Mortimer.
Oh no.
Oh, Morty.
She has no idea what she's doing.
No, I know. And it is Emperor Palpatine. Just
I'm a wet
Right,
I'm
like-
a wet cat in a grapple.
Wait, so she also has sculpt spells, so she's going to make him automatically save.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
That's
All right.
nice.
I dig that.
All right, so chain lightning is a dex save
That is a 16.
tie.
That means it makes it.
Well, I thought it was
So
a
half damage. No,
thought it
that's if
was-
you're trying to hit AC.
whatever. It's 10d8. So
It is
It's
10d8.
a lot of
Holy
D8s.
bananas.
So
I haven't
does
played
your
with high-level characters in so long.
Does
I
the
know-
sculpt spell mean I saved, which means I take half damage?
you take half. You automatically take half. Yeah.
Yay.
I am so excited to do
Now,
large
well,
high level
I-
characters. I'm like I made them all super battle ready.
Yeah. You're a barbarian now, baby. You can take it.
Mortimer, I will
exactly.
also say that this creature is resistant to lightning, which I am going to say means it's sort of insulated, so that will also insulate you. So you and the creature will actually only take a quarter of the damage.
Okay, and the damage you did to me before, was it bludgeoning?
It was bludgeoning, yes.
Okay, so I would've took
magical
half
bludgeoning,
of
but I don't think that matters for your ability, so
No, it would just I would take
Yeah.
half from that before.
correct.
DM, did he?
Yes.
Did the creature move away from the flaming sphere next to his head?
Oh,
Because
no.
if not, then he has to roll again.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot.
No, you're absolutely right. That's a 10.
Okay, he fails.
Yep. What was that damage, Bizdira?
50 points of damage, lightning
Bloody
damage.
hell. All right, so Mortimer, you and the creature take 12.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Out of 50?
Yeah, half, and then half because they saved, and then half again because they're both resistant to it right now.
To lightning damage?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I know, it doesn't make any sense to me either, but it says damage resistance lightning. I don't know what to tell you.
Bullshit,
I'm
it's
oddly okay with
water.
it.
It should be on fire.
Mortimer is thrilled. Kit, what was that fire damage?
20.
20. I mean, it is an elder elemental evil thing, so what are you gonna do? It's a god or a titan or something. All right, amazing. So after Bizdira finishes Emperor Palpatining this creature, Mortimer, you feel it start to squeeze, and it's gonna squeeze on you, and that's 20. That's 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my goodness.
Reduced to half.
Correct. So only 15 for you. And we go back to the top of the round with Surreal.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Now they're
So-
laughing. Little Annie for you. Go on.
I'm going to hit it again
Hit it.
with shit. Okay, so I'm gonna make an attack roll, and it does not hit because like a natty one.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna totally whiff on that, and I'm gonna go, oh shit, and I'm gonna go again, which is better. Let's see. So that is 20 to hit.
That'll do.
Not natural. I'm gonna spend 2 key points to cast Burning Hands again, or do I have to do that as right?
I think that's your action, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
I believe so. This is just
Yeah,
way
so
of the
do I.
4 elements kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But you hit with
Whatever.
that punch.
I hit it with the punch. Punchy.
Punchy.
And that is that's 12 points of damage for that one.
Woohoo.
And then I'm gonna bonus action.
Bonus.
I forgot about this time. Flurry of blows.
Yeah, 2 more hits.
So that
well.
is flurry of blows. That's 14 to hit.
14, your hand just sort of gets stuck in the water and you have to pull it out before she grabs you in. If you want to spend a key point, you could take yet one more attack with your flurry of blows.
No, that's
All
okay.
right. All right. Seeing that there are other problems in addition to Mortimer, who she has wrapped up in a tendril, Mortimer, you sort of get lifted into this creature's face. I guess there are kind of 2 eyes in there, and you can feel a vibration start, and she just flings you 60 feet away to end up against the wall. Oh, now it's sad. Now I don't want to do it. I do. That's not true. I do. 9, 10, 21 bludgeoning damage. Again, halved to 10. Mortimer, you are up.
Ow. I stand up. I look over. I realize that even though I said ow, Mortimer would have hurt more than that. This being that he isn't. He's just a sopping wet cat, which is gross.
Little blood.
He's going to, still raging, stretch, crack his neck, run towards the elemental. How far away is this elemental from me?
60 feet from you at this point, because she flung you a good ways.
Shit. Okay, so I'm going to move 50 feet with my movement.
All right.
And then
well, you can use your feline agility because you're a tabaxi and just get there.
I'm going to move 100 feet with my movement.
There you go.
There it is.
I'm like, I used it already. Different cat.
Aha.
So, I'm going to get 60 feet to it. I'm going to hit it twice after kicking off my bonus action to give me 4 temporary hit points again. There's nothing at 17, but I'll take it. I'm going to swing twice reckless.
All right.
That is going to be 24 to hit.
Yes, that'll do.
And that's going to be 13 to hit.
All right, that will not do. It gets stuck again.
I figured. So that's going to be 13 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to use the fact that I have mobile, if I'm remembering my thing correctly. Yes, I'm going to continue running another 40 feet. Okay. So that way I am not within grappling distance and I can't take an opportunity attack.
That feels wise. Jax, you are up.
I'm going to make 2 more attacks at it.
Do it. Swing the thing at the thing.
25.
Yeah.
That's 7 plus 4, 11 damage.
That'll do. Just a damage machine.
22 to hit.
That'll do.
And 9, 13 damage.
13. All right. So Jax is swinging away.
And that's all I'm going to do.
All right. Kit, you are up.
I'm gonna ram the thing back into his head.
Nice.
That is an 18 to save this time.
That one does save. And I didn't roll that well. So he takes 6 damage.
All right.
And then
that's halved.
Yes, that is halved.
Alrighty.
And then I am going to use my hidden step to turn invisible until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
Amazing.
This guy can't find me.
Fantastic. Kit, would you make me a wisdom perception check, please?
Oh, sure. Ooh, 27.
Okay, great. I'm going to send you a thing that you see in Zoom chat while it goes. So the creature looks around. One of you is far, far away. One of you seemingly has disappeared, although it might have true sight. I'm not sure. Nope, blind sight, just as good. But it's not going to go after you, Kit. You're too far away. So it's going to definitely take a pummel on. Oh, here's what it's going to do. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to take a pummel on Jax to start. That is a 27 to hit.
Yeah. Yep.
I did enjoy that, but that's not actually what I was talking about. 17 plus 5 is 22 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled.
Okay.
And then Kit, as you turn invisible, you like have this moment of like, I'm safe, I'm cool, it's all good. And then a jet of water comes flying in your direction with a 30 to hit.
Ooh.
No, my
Whoa.
AC
This is-
is 31.
Not playing 3.5 today, friends. All right, so you get oh, well, that's a terrible roll. That's so many ones. 14. You take 14 bludgeoning damage and make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Ooh, and I have advantage on that because of my little friend.
You do.
So you said 13 damage?
Yes.
Okay. And ooh, a 13.
So you are knocked backwards and fall, much like Jax, on your ass.
How annoying.
All right. Next up is Bizdira.
Bizdira's gonna start like kind of pulsing her hands back and forth, and you're just gonna see this green thing like starting to grow, and she's gonna throw it at the thing, and she's casting a 5th level vitriolic sphere.
Oh, love an acid attack.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And because it's 5th level, it's 12d4.
You should roll to hit first.
Well, it's a dex save,
Okay.
so you get half damage anyway.
All right, so that's a 16 to save.
It's fucking tie. Oh,
So your sphere sort of bounces off of it, and you can just see the water of this creature completely dilute your sphere, and it takes no damage because it's immune to acid. This is why you don't play casters.
this is why I don't. Seriously, I'm so mad. So mad. Let me punch things.
I wouldn't recommend it in your current form. Back to the top.
No.
Oh, Jax, you have been grappled, and now you're going to be squeezed.
Ow.
Ow. That is 9, 10, 11, 16 bludgeoning damage, and it is Surreal's turn.
Shit. Okay. I am going to spend 2 key points and cast Thunder Wave.
Yeah.
Uh
Constitution saving throw for me and for Jax.
oh, sorry, Jax.
That is a 31 for me.
What
That
the
is
Jesus?
a 23 from me.
Hey, hey!
Sure.
All right, so we both take half.
Okay, what is the damage? Because it doesn't tell me because this thing's stupid.
2d8.
2d8. Okay. So
Somebody double check me. It's been a while
I
since
will. That was a really
think
good
Thunder
pull
Wave
out
is
your
2D8.
ass for stats there.
Oh, we haven't played together much with me as DM, have we?
No, we haven't. This is my first one. Thunderwave. Thunderwave is 2d8 thunder damage, and no one failed, so never mind.
okay, so there's they don't take any damage at all.
I know they take half.
Take half.
They have. Okay, so you take half of 9.
All right, so 4 damage each.
4
that is more
damage.
than 0.
Okay, so then I'm gonna take my second attack and I'm gonna punch it.
Punchy, punchy.
Ooh, that crazy hits. That was a natural 19.
Oh.
So that is 9 points of damage.
All right.
And then bonus action, I am going to flurry of blows.
All right.
Oh no, one of them misses. The other one is a 19 though.
That'll do.
So I get one more hit in,
So
and
you-
that's 8 more points of damage.
All right, so you clap your hands, let out a big old thunderclap, and then just go ham, punching,
Yep.
kicking, perhaps headbutting. Jax, you get tossed, much like
No.
what's his face, Mortimer did. Slam up against a wall, and that'll be 10, 27 bludgeoning. 27, not 7. That sounded like I said 7, but I said 27. Mortimer.
I am going to run the 40 feet back towards it and attack it twice.
Yeah, you should do that.
Reckless, as I was doing. Oh, a 1 and a 2. That one misses. I'm going to swing again for a 25 to hit.
That'll do.
That will be 12 points of damage with Vicious Warhammer. And then using my mobile, I'm going to swing, not do much, and then I'm going to take some steps back about 10 feet. And I'm going to also reinitiate my rage. So if there's anyone around me within a 10-foot radius that lost their temporary hit points, you now are back to 4.
Excellent. Jax.
So the entire time Jax was attacking, he was just swinging and screaming and just all that, and screamed the whole way he got flung across this cavern. He lands, he takes in a deep breath, he lifts up his battle axe, and he runs with his little nubby legs another 50 feet, screaming the whole time. And then he's going to use his second wind and restore some hit points, and that's all he can do.
That sounds like a plan. Kit, you are up.
Great. Kit has spotted something during her last turn, so she is going to take a free action to yell to her buddies, old and new, "Get to the..." I would like to use, I guess I have to use half my movement to stand up, and then I do like
Correct.
to use my action to dash to the altar and
All right,
touch
so
the book.
All right, so you get there and you see that the book is it seems to be sort of connected to this blue crystal table, definitely sort of powering whatever called this creature into being here. But it still works the same way you expected, and as you touch it, you begin to feel yourself get pulled a long ways. Unfortunately, it is now the creature's turn, and the creature's pissed that you got by her and tries to swing at you and uses one of their attacks to swing at you, but you're already in the book, so that doesn't go super great. And so particularly angry, it is going to shoot a jet of water at the dwarf, because I think it's kind of funny.
I don't think it's very funny.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So a jet of water. Let me have a strength saving throw from you, Jax, as that's 10. As you take 20 bludgeoning damage.
I got an 8, so that's 16, but I'm going to use Indomitable and roll again.
Yeah.
And that is way better. That's a 19, so that's going to be a 27.
All right, so you managed to steel yourself against the water. I don't know what that was. Steel yourself against the water, stay on your feet, and it is Bizdira's turn.
How much damage was that?
20.
Bizdira is very angry that she is not a monk right now. So she is going to just kind of scoff and say, fine, and dash to the book.
Great. All right. So you dash over there. Yeah, why not? It's going to try and... 19 to hit you? Oh, you're a wizard.
Can I use my reaction to shield? Well, it doesn't really matter. It'll still hit me.
I was going to say, ma'am.
I mean, I could have given myself a better AC, but you know.
18 bludgeoning, which sort of knocks you face first onto the book. And so you have this unfortunate Pinocchio moment before you get sucked into the book, and we go around to Surreal.
Okay. So, seeing that, I am going to spend a key point to disengage. And then I am going to jump as far as I can to the altar.
Yes. Just for funsies, how about a dexterity acrobatics check to see how the jump goes?
Sure. My base long jump, by the way, is 30 feet.
Blessings. Okay.
That's a natty 20.
Oh, triple Lutz somersault into a backflip with the round off, and you land on one toe on the book and slowly descend into it like a water nymph into her watery abode. Amazing, fantastic.
This small.
I love it. Mortimer.
I'm going to see that everyone's doing this. I see that Jax is still here. And I go, Jax, you get in. I'll get your back. And I'm going to hit the water elemental thing twice again as I move in 10 feet. And I'm going to move towards the book, but in front of it.
Definitely. Yeah.
First attack is a 25 to hit.
That'll do.
Second attack is a 25 to hit.
Yes, I suppose that'll do as well.
That is going to be 29 points of damage.
Woo! 9 is that, and then 20 more is that number. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's looking a little haggard.
Drink.
It's been a while. Jax, you you know what? It's gonna smack at you. It hasn't used legendary action in a while, so it's gonna smack at Mortimer. 28 to hit.
No.
More
More
one of those weird
protest
whole
than
ACs.
answering.
Yeah, 15 bludgeoning.
You got it halved, or is that halved already?
No, halved, so 7.
Okay.
I rolled poop. Jax.
So Jax's screams of rage have now turned to screams of worry, and he is running straight for the book, and his little legs move faster than he's used to, and he just takes off and like trips and like does this like comical roll into the book, and that's what he does.
Ass first, I assume.
Obviously.
Ass last. It's just he goes
Oh.
and he like tumbles and tumbles and then just on top of.
Oh, it's like that. It's like taffy as it stretches.
Yeah.
You're like rolling and it gets bigger. And I
Like,
love
he
it.
keeps
Great.
rolling past the book, but he keeps getting sucked back into the book.
Yes.
I love that picture.
I love that. All right, Kit is gone. Now it's all Hydra's. I mean, it's the water thing's turn. So it's whoops.
Hail
so
Hydra.
it's
Spoiler alert.
so I guess it's just gonna like crush on what's it, Mortimer.
First it's going to snack on me, and now it's going to crush on me.
You
It's,
know,
going
it's
here.
found its. I'm not.
I mean,
gonna
that
keep
water's
talking.
thirsty, bro.
Nita. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. 15 plus 5 is 20 bludgeoning, Mortimer.
I take it hit with your initial roll.
Oh yes, well, that was a 27.
Okay. 20, so halved is 10. Yep.
Yes, and then oh Morty, that's a crit.
Oh no.
Should have ran for the
Grab
book.
some more d10s.
I'm protecting your ass.
Okay, but this is bad rolls. So there's 10.
Yay!
So
Bad rolls.
16, so 31. So half of that's 15.
Yep, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. Well, everyone's gone, so it's your turn, Mortimer.
How far away is this thing?
The book is just on the other side of it, so 10, 15 feet.
Okay. And is it an action to touch the book, or can I just do it?
Yeah, you just do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit it twice, and then I'm gonna touch the book.
Okay, yeah. I like it. Do it. That'll be important.
Natural
later.
20. on the
Yes.
first one.
You give as good as you get.
I really wanted the natural 20. That's why I kept hitting it. And I also have brutal critical.
Oh
So-
yes, so many dice.
3, 4 for that, and then brutal critical is another one. So that's 9 plus rage, 16 points of damage for the first one.
Woohoo! All right.
And then second hit is going to be a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
I'm going to hit it. Go, yeah. Shit. Run to the book.
Great.
Hit it. And I just go, get me out, get me out, get me out.
And it pauses for a second just to make you nervous, and then you go into the book. Oh, what a good noise. I'm gonna do Foley for shows. All right. So you all stretch out darkness, and you hear nothing at first. How many of you, we'll get to what you are in a moment, but who has dark vision in this next form?
I do.
1, 2, 3.
I'm pulling it up. Hold on one moment.
That's fine. You were busy.
I actually have
hitting-
super dark vision, so
Oh.
Ooh.
I also have super dark vision.
All right, so you all can see. Fine. So you find yourselves, as vision returns, you find yourselves in a dark, sort of quarried stone hallway. You can see about 15, 20 feet down. The hallway appears to turn left and right, and you hear nothing. So tell us all, let's go around. We'll start with Jax this time, and tell us all how you find yourselves this time.
So he hasn't changed much. He's still a dwarf.
Okay.
And he's like, I still got muscles, but I'm still short. No. and just starts running in whatever direction he can.
I love it. I love it. Reb Mortimer.
I'm going to pop out from this tabaxi state into a Dorigar dwarf.
Oh, all right, all right, all right.
He's looking around like it's crystal clear because he has devil's sight from being a warlock. And he's also just hearing in the back of his mind, he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he seems a little distracted by some whispers going on.
I imagine so. Bizdira.
Bizdira is very confused. She feels like this place is huge. And then she realizes that she's actually smaller than the dwarf that just took off running past her.
Uh-oh.
She is a like dark, her skin is like dark gray, and she's a gnome.
Yes, Sverf Nevlin.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it.
And she's also gonna take off running.
Okay, great. Kit.
Kit is closer to her normal size now.
All right.
She is an elf. And she has some longbow gear on her.
Oh, all right, all right. Taking after Flick in the future a little bit, maybe?
Yes,
I love it.
Flick.
Future Flick. All right, and Surreal.
So Surreal can see in the dark, but instead of shades of gray, everything is in shades of red.
Oh.
And there's almost like it's not so hard to see because there's a faint light kind of around her head, and she realizes that her hair is kind of on fire, and she is a fire genasi. Yeah. And
I don't know why I was like, wait, you're Zariel? What's happening?
yeah, no. So she's got the coal black skin and kind of ember looking eyes, and she can see pretty much everything, and she can feel this kind of current of magic happening in her body. It's making her feel a little weird. And she's a sorcerer.
Yes, I love it. All right. Does anyone have a passive perception of 16 or better?
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Delightful. All right, so it's real quiet, and you're in a hallway, a stone hallway, unlit, although you can all see. I get it.
Is everyone okay? That was a bit rough back there.
That was a bit weird, yeah.
We also haven't
taken
met
off down the hallway.
Jax, yo, come back.
And your voices are just, I mean, it's all stone, so your voices are just echoing.
Also, I don't think we've actually met you two yet. Who are you?
Bizdira will say, normally I'm Bizdira. I mean, I still feel like Bizdira, but I'm very short. Who the fuck are you guys? Like, I don't know what's going on. We just started running. There's things happening. Brita said go. We went.
Yeah, kind of similar.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bizdira, and you? Sorry,
I'm Kit.
Kit. I'm Mortimer. I'm normally a human. I'm from Waterdeep. I don't know if you know where that is or not. I don't know where you were from.
I mean, I was gonna say Boston, but I mean, Waterdeep is close too.
Where's Boston?
Bizdira. That's right. That's right, Mortimer.
I don't know what realm you hail from, what city or anything like that.
Well,
but
that's
Waterdeep.
a long story. We
Yeah,
don't have
I was
time to
gonna
get into
say.
that right now.
I don't think they know where they're from
any
anymore.
Of your maps.
Okay.
It's fine.
That guy running down there.
Jax has stumbled back now.
Oh, that's
He's like,
Jax.
it's still dark down there.
And I'll let Surreal introduce herself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Surreal.
Well, actually, I guess I
normally-
did that already.
Yeah. I'm normally a tiefling.
Oh.
We're familiar with tieflings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally I have a glaive. Magic stuff's a little weird.
I
know
am
the feeling.
obsessed with this introduction, Surreal.
Yeah.
The two important things about you. I'm normally a tiefling, and I normally carry a glaive.
Yeah.
Bizdira
Mostly.
thinks this makes sense.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mortimer's like cleaning out his ear a bit, and he goes, "Do you guys hear all those whispers down here?"
Bizdira's
No.
like, I think we've gone through too many books.
Yeah.
I
There's some
agree.
weird
Speaking of
stuff
which-
going on.
Jax
Yeah.
is just
Go find
running
that
in
asshole.
place.
Who is that guy?
Oh, wait!
No
now
idea.
you're mocking me because of my voice. I see how it is.
Well, no,
Okay.
you know what? We'll
She has
go
such
with
a
it.
musical
little
ear.
bit.
She plays the banjo, you see.
Yes,
Uh,
she does.
Wait, who are
she's
you?
She's like faintly strums.
Oh wait,
Well-
do you still have your banjo? Please tell me you still have your banjo.
I mean,
It's
sure.
the only thing that's still with you.
It's the only thing that's traveled through everything.
So, did you guys know who that person was who's been going through all those books, or are you
No.
guys as clueless as us?
No.
We don't
No.
either.
Just as confused as y'all.
Great.
But we should
All
probably
right.
go because Brita told us to go.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
gotta
but
find
why
that
did
dude.
Okay,
Brita
yo,
give him
let's
the
go.
book in the first place?
I don't
Let's go. Let's go.
Brita's gonna need to
Just
talk
take it
after
back
this.
down.
We're gonna need, yeah, we're gonna have a long talk after this.
Jax,
Um,
hold on. I have stubby legs, man. Hold on a second. I'm gonna
I
use
have
my
stubby
25
legs
feet.
too.
Oh, we're good. We're
Oh,
in pace.
man.
Good.
No, actually, I have +10 because I'm a barbarian.
Blow yourself. All right, I'm going 25 feet.
So Bizdira keeps up with Jax and is like, "What? This is interesting."
I love it.
Um,
Yes, Kit.
can I do a perception check now that we've gotten
Yeah.
that all out of the way?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kit's like, I just want to go home.
An 18.
I just want to go home is the theme for every person I've ever run through this particular adventure that we're in the middle of right now. I just want to go home. I'm sorry, what was your number, Kit?
18.
18. You can hear the faint sound of footsteps, but they sound more like hooves than footsteps. But they're quite a ways away at this point. It's hard to really judge where, like, what direction they're in because everything is so echoey in this stone tunnel.
Okay, I'm gonna tell my companions, shh. Something with hooves is coming.
Who visit?
Bizdira is
No.
going to use her stone camouflage to try to hide in the walls.
Really pulling out the features here. Yep.
Listen, when do I get to do this? Never.
All right, you can make a. What does that give you? Dexterity stealth with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Since you said something's coming while you're rolling, I take out my mace and all of a sudden it goes on fire.
Oh my
Like-
God.
The
Oh,
fire just lights up Bizdira and she doesn't hide. Like, damn it. Am I hidden? Am I hidden like with a lighter in front of her? Like, you can't see me. You can't see me.
it's a bunch of hellfire coming off this mace. And he's like,
Oh.
whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, I got a torch. It's also a mace. This is cool. You see that dragonborn bullshit I had to deal with before crawling around? Give me this mace any day. This is
I
great.
want it always.
What are these whispers though? It's weird.
What are these whispers though?
What are these?
Wow.
What are these
Whispers.
whispers?
I feel like this is, if Christopher Walken played D&D, this is who it
Oh
is.
my God.
This is
I would
whispers.
like to
Wow.
make
A
an attack.
dragon. Imagine that.
Actually,
Oh.
very very quick funny story. The Princess
Please.
of Apocalypse thing we did with Nerd Immersion. The Lich from Prince of the Apocalypse
Mm.
was the voice of Christopher Walken.
It was fantastic.
Oh my God, amazing.
It was
Fantastic.
wonderful.
Oh,
really
and
good.
Wow, I'm
And-
dead.
Liches get riches.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm not wearing my lich shirt.
Perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
So you guys said we've been talking really loud. We completely sorry about this.
I realize I feel I like have my longbow and I feel that it has a magic to it. And
Oh.
it's gonna warn me if there's anyone within 30 feet of us.
Oh, you have Talanis's bow.
Oh, is that what he has?
Yeah.
Then yes.
There is not anyone within 30 feet of you at this point, but I will keep an eye.
Jax is like, I only got this, and pulls out a rod.
Excuse me?
I have a rod. And then I go click, and it stays in place.
Oh my God, yes. Rod of Lordly
Wait.
Might.
No,
Bucky,
movable rod.
Immovable rod, immovable rod.
You should tell them about every previous iteration that we've done. so
Every
far.
single character I've played so far has had an immovable rod.
That's it.
That's all. That's their magic item. They all have immovable rods.
That's amazing. So good. What are you doing?
Can I hold a spell?
Yes, absolutely you can.
All right. So I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's Aganazar Scorcher.
Agonizers, yeah, Scorcher. I love
Yeah.
that spell.
So I'm gonna hold that for the first enemy hostile thing I see.
Okay. Kit, you can still hear the footsteps, and they don't seem to be getting any further away, but they don't seem to be getting any closer. And again, it's really hard to tell where and exactly how far away they are.
Okay. I'm gonna look at everyone, kind of shrug and say, I don't know. Should we start walking?
No.
I say quietly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you heard the hooves. Which direction was that from?
I can't really tell. It's very echoey in here.
Do you have a coin?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
All right, heads that way, tails that way.
Great. I'll roll a d4. Evens will go to the right, odds will go to the left.
Great.
We're going to the right.
All right.
That sounds right.
Sure.
You did it too, anyway. You didn't even know it.
I know,
Oh,
but
wow.
I have to say, like, the first one wasn't really until like an hour and 45 minutes in. Like,
I know. I was
Yeah.
feeling the itch, really.
Yeah.
I could tell. See, if I just keep things fast paced enough, you can't do it to me. Here we go. Unfortunately, this was one of the places where we could take a breather. So here come the puns. All right. So you all head to the right. You head to the right, and you go down, and you eventually you can see that there are all of these other corridors and twists and turns, all at right angles. And in each of your own time, you begin to sort of realize that you all are in some sort of maze. And every now and again, when you pause at an intersection to decide which way you're going, you all begin to also hear these clopping hoof steps as they hooves steps as they move around this labyrinth with you.
Who goes there?
Hoof
It
goes
would
there.
behoove you to let us know.
I was sitting on the
Anyone else?
behoove one. Shit.
Yeah, haha. I don't know why I'm laughing at you. I still haven't picked two of them, so. All right, so you all are in a maze. What are you doing? How are you dealing with it?
Shit.
Could I try to make a survival check of some sort to try and maneuver my way around, or whatever check that you would prefer?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take intelligence investigation. I'll take wisdom survival. Sure, why not? Those sound reasonable.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm bomb at wisdom. Can I help you? Or
Yeah, do it. You can make one too. Why
Yeah,
not?
that's a 20 for me.
Okay.
Well, that was slightly less for me, but that was, 13.
Mortimer, you are able to, after you all wander around aimlessly for a little while, you begin to sort of get a sense of there is a pattern, there is a sort of rhyme and reason to the maze's layout, and you begin to sort of get an idea of what that pattern is, and you can tell that the maze is sort of funneling you towards the center. And so you get the idea that, like, you're not really sure of exactly what path to take, but as long as, you know, the map that you're creating in your brain sort of has you all heading inwards, probably the right general direction.
All right. I mean, it's obvious that this is a maze of some sort. I feel like we're heading towards the center of something, and the hooves. Does this remind me of a very famous legend by chance of what would be in a labyrinth with hooves?
Might be, yeah.
Would you like me to just assume that I know, or history check?
Yeah,
or-
no, I think it's more fun if we can just get through get through the check and just say that you know, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably labyrinth with the hooves and the. Oh. It's probably a minotaur. It's the minotaurs with the maze, and they have the hoof feet.
I don't want to fight a minotaur. That sounds horrible.
Oh, that was okay, actually.
So
Yeah.
one of my other characters, I definitely took Minotaur as a language. But it's not the same.
Oh, choices.
So close.
You mean this one?
No.
Just choose that out.
Choices.
Nobody knew. Nobody had to know.
So
I
I guess
suddenly know Minotaur.
let's just prepare ourselves for whatever's going to be coming our way. I
Do
go to
we kill it?
instinctively reach for my other sword and realize I don't have it. Okay, well, mace it is.
We kill it, yes. I'm
If-
happy to kill things.
If we have to,
We
yeah.
could just try and find this book. Where is that asshole?
Please don't.
Do you think he's
talk
gonna
about
be at
assholes.
this?
Mine's pretty raw right now.
Is that a sore subject?
no.
Good.
Oh no,
Does anyone have locate object?
I don't.
Not in this body.
Definitely not as this body.
No, definitely not as a
No.
barbarian.
Nope.
All right. Well, you all can make your way through the labyrinth, and Mortimer can sort of help you at least head in the general direction. As you go on for a little while, more and more pairs of hooves begin to click and clack and walk around, and they all are at a constant sort of distance from you, a constant volume, but there's more and more and more of them. And
So is it less of a minotaur and more of a major
and so
Well,
eventually you
just
get
really
to so eventually you make your way through the twists and turns. And Mortimer, what your check was, a 20?
It was
something?
20, yes.
Yeah. So at certain times you feel like, you take a couple of wrong turns and you realize it, and you turn to go back, and you could swear that the walls are in different places every now and again. But maybe it's just maybe it's a you've been going through for a long time, and you've been through a lot of books. But eventually you all make it to what you can see, some flickering torchlight up ahead. And Mortimer, you're pretty sure that you're fairly close to the center of this thing at this point.
I'm fairly sure we're close to the center at this point. I see a flickering light ahead of us, though, so I'm just going to put my mace away. So does the Hellfire mace go out?
No.
I go to put it away and find a switch or something.
Yeah, there you go.
I put it behind my back. I'm
Perfect.
trying. I think something's ahead.
Okay.
Everyone be on your guard. Prep whatever the hell you have. If we find the book, are we just going to dive in, or are we going to fight this thing? I know you really want to fight this thing.
I mean, I do, but for the sake of the mission, we can dive.
I thought you were going to leave it as die. I was really concerned.
She's already done that once.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's not do that
She
again.
has, yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. But I'm here, so
Exactly.
right side?
So you all prepare your weapons and your spells, and you cautiously creep in, and you see that you are, in fact, at the center of this labyrinth. There's a big circular open chamber, and lining the walls of this probably, 90-foot diameter circular chamber, the walls are just completely filled with minotaurs, all holding strange, what look like the skulls of other minotaurs in their hands. And as soon as the first of you steps into the room, they begin to chant. I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws, please.
It's like that episode of Gravity Falls, the Manitors.
Yes, the manotaur. These are less funny, though.
Oh,
Aw,
Oh,
bum
no.
bums.
Magical thing?
No,
gnome cunning?
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, for your gnome cunning, I don't want to keep that from you. You can use that feature. Sure, why not? Let's be honest. We're
Wisdom
having
saving throw?
fun now. Wisdom saving, please.
12.
12. All right. So surreal. Kit, how about you?
11.
I'm sorry, what?
11.
Bizdira.
19.
All right, Mortimer.
okay. Well, I rolled a natural 1. So I'm going to ask you a question because you mentioned something before this.
Yeah.
I have the Dark One's own luck, which allows me to roll a d10 and add it. I know that you potentially will do critical fails even if I roll.
Not on saves, though, just on ability checks. So
Okay.
yeah, go for it.
So I rolled a 1. I rolled a 10 on the d10. So that's 11
Nice.
plus 4. So the natural 1 became a 15.
Impressive. All right. And Jax.
18.
All right. So Surreal and Kit, would you two roll percentile for me, please?
Oh,
Oh,
I really would rather
no.
not.
gotta get this is
Can
my
I
this is my
opt out?
dice kit, by the way. I have to go in here to get it.
Nice.
Let's see.
Oh, yes. Love that. Kit, what'd you get?
43.
43.
So
Yeah, Surreal.
you roll the percentile dice, and then what else do you roll?
and then a normal D10, and that'll be your ones digit.
Okay. 95.
Oh, very nice. All right. Oh, good. All right. So, Surreal, you can no longer take anything seriously. The more serious the situation, the funnier you find it. And this will last through our next book.
Nice.
Kit,
God, I love
you,
madness.
you find it hard to care about anything that goes on around you. And that will also last through our next book.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
These minotaurs continue to chant, and you can all feel, these two feel it sort of the most strongly, but you can all feel this chant just sort of like nails on a chalkboard in your mind, and a sort of purple energy, a purple light begins to sort of suffuse the entire cavern. You can see at the center is written in what looks uncomfortably like blood on the floor is this sort of strange sigil, and at the center of it are several candles, and well, there's a book in the center of the candles.
I'm going to instinctively wish that I was more armored, and mage armor is just going to kick on for some reason.
Amazing. Can't imagine why you would wish that.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa. I'm glowy. It's weird.
Surreal, how we feeling about that glowiness that your friend just popped on?
Oh, great, she's high.
So fucking- look at this shit. Like they're trying so hard. Like, ooh.
Oh my
and there's
God.
like skulls and shit. Super lame, right?
I also have never heard surreal laugh. Jax is very confused.
Shax,
Yes.
buddy. You're a fucking dwarf.
I love it.
Bizdira is going to she's very uncomfortable and she doesn't like it, so she's going to start getting very angry and not know why.
Okay.
Not fully why, but she's gonna go into a rage and she's gonna go and start trying to kick the candles
Okay.
around the book.
So as you get up to those candles, you kick the first one over, and it ignites the blood that is forming this sigil on the ground, and so now the sigil is flaming. So that's super fun. That's all.
And then she's gonna turn to Kit and be like, "Kit, come here. Let's go."
Why? Nothing
And this-
matters. And Kit's
Oh.
just gonna sit on the floor and she's just gonna start like breaking the arrows.
What?
Okay.
No.
Okay,
Bizdira is-
so
Immediately going to run over to her, pick her
Mhm.
up, and walk her to the book.
Oh, I mean, you are.
Aren't you a gnome?
I am a gnome, but I am a raging barbarian right now.
Go ahead and make me a strength athletics check, Bizdira.
I also have gauntlets of ogre power, so
Oh, Jesus.
just saying. Strength athletics.
Uh-huh. With advantage, because you're raging.
Well, my first roll was great. It's a unnatural 20.
All right. Well, that'll do. So, Kit, I mean, do you fight? I imagine sort of not, probably. I don't know.
She does that thing like, you know, when you're carrying a child and the child tries to be so heavy in your arms.
Yeah,
That's
familiar.
what Kit is doing. She's just like,
Amazing.
this dog flipped over on his side, doesn't want to go back inside, just getting
Yeah.
dragged
Yes,
across the front.
exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
All right. So
Yeah.
Bizdira is carrying Kit over to the book. Jax and well, let's see. Let's hear from Jax.
I'm immediately very confused as to why Surreal is laughing, and then I'm gonna be like, Surreal, book, we should keep on going to the book.
Yep. Sure. Yeah. This is the stupidest fucking thing that's ever happened.
So I'm also going to go into a rage, and I'm gonna start pushing
Oh.
Surreal towards the book.
Buddy, what's wrong with you?
And then I'm gonna go into a
No.
frenzied rage and push harder.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Go ahead, Mortimer.
between surreal laughing and still the whispers haven't died down in my head.
Nope.
It's just like I somewhat understand it and I recognize it's infernal. And Mortimer's like, Why am I hearing this? Surreal doesn't laugh like that. Surreal doesn't laugh. Okay. Let's just get out of here, if that's okay. And
Remember, who is your patron right now?
my patron, it's a fiend, and I
Great.
left it
You
open
feel
to
you feel particularly pulled towards this book.
I'm like,
The whispers get louder or softer. I don't know what's better
Yeah.
as you get closer to the book.
yeah, I'm just
They
getting
get
closer. And it's like,
sexier.
good,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
good. And I'm going
Yes.
to move closer and go, yeah, let's go.
So you're there, you all are there now around this flaming sigil on the floor, and Mortimer's ready to, and suddenly the air above the book begins to shimmer, and there appears this enormous 12-foot tall, like a minotaur, but much more horrifying, carrying a sack of minotaur skulls, enormous horns, and the minotaurs all raise up a cry and yell, "Praise Baphomet!" And this horrible minotaur demon lord reaches down and picks up the book and smiles horribly at all of you and hands the book to Mortimer.
You're like
You just-
trying super hard, buddy.
Can
like a
I
lot of effort.
can I make an
I
insight
might not
check?
take that personally. Yes, go ahead.
That's a 4.
I mean, you should probably take the book, because it will, at the very least, it'll get you away from this guy.
Yeah. Thanks.
No problem.
Thanks.
No, I'm just kidding.
No problem.
And so you take the book and you are pulled into it. And I will hope and assume that the rest of you do the same. And so in you go, and it's very hot where you end up. And light begins to get back. Your vision begins to come back. You can smell sulfur burning everywhere. The sky looks like it's on fire. There are rivers of black, viscous, who knows what out in the distance. You find yourselves at the top of a bluff, and there is sitting chained on this bluff this horrifying looking creature. It is not up where I need it to be. Here we go. It is this, there is no other way to describe it other than a hovering sack of mutilated and distorted and distended flesh, covered in blood and ichor, and a horrible face with eyes set too far apart, and it's very clearly trying to get away, but it is chained with these black iron chains to the ground.
We should leave him there.
What the hell?
Yuckers.
As I look down, I realize I'm the same person as I just was. Just
Amazing.
The whispers are now louder in
Uh-huh.
his head, and he has more power in his body.
I like it. I like it. Yes.
And as soon as he says hell, like that felt good to say for some reason,
It
which
did.
makes Mortimer quite nervous.
I imagine so. Jax, what do you find what do you see of yourself?
I am now a half-elf druid, so I am again a druid and immediately go, bear. Immediate bear form. He's going to take
Amazing.
advantage of it as much as he can.
Amazing. Bizdira.
Bizdira is feeling very much like herself. She is
Oh.
back to an Aasimar.
Okay.
Things feel a little different though. Like instead of wearing pajamas, she's wearing like dark robes, and she's like, "Huh?" And she kind of like flexes her hands,
Oh.
and has like a little bit of fire coming out of one, a little bit of
Oh.
cold coming out of another one. Cool.
Okay. Surreal.
Surreal small again. Surreal has shrunk down to about 3 feet
Oh.
and is a looks like a little black lizard person. They are a kobold, and they have like a little lizard frill around their neck. And you can see that around their body they have a set of bagpipes.
Morgan,
People would know.
I know we talked earlier about the voice not matching or whatever. With that madness, please.
Aw,
Please.
Okay, so this build is Teapot from our Dark Sun game.
Yes.
And I was trying to figure out how to do Surreal's voice, who's like very laconic and like not chill, like very monotone.
With Teapot, because Teapot is like very like super like emotional and like crazy and and doing all sorts of crazy things. So trying to figure out how Surreal would talk like that is super weird. But
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, I'm Surreal now. Cool.
I love it.
Cool.
I've literally read a book that has this character, like has like that
I love
accent
it.
that's a very deadpan, and she always says "strong like a bear."
I love it.
Tiny
I love it. I
bear.
love it.
The genasi that I based that character off of is Zippo Litier.
Yes. I
Eh.
remember Zippo.
Zippo, yep.
Yep.
But yeah,
Teapot is much higher, so going to have to flatten it out to be surreal.
Perfect.
super
Perfect.
cool.
Kit, what are you?
Kit looks at her hands, and they look remarkably like Flick's hands. And she is a tiefling now, except unlike Flick, she has bat wings.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she also
Variant. Like it, like
has
it.
yes, and she also has a lyre in her hands.
Band practice
And-
right now. We got bagpipes. We got the banjo. We got a
banjo.
lyre.
You got a
And
bear?
she's
He's a bear for percussion. Does he bang his belly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Love it.
Continue, kid.
I mean, she's just like, what? And she just lets out like a sad, like, womp womp. He is, like, none of it matters right now.
Oh man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what time is it? Oh, it is 10 after 11. So in that case, Mortimer, you definitely feel much happier here, much more comfortable, and a voice speaks to you in your head and says, "Oh, I don't remember making a pact with you."
Sariel? Yeah, that doesn't sound like you at all. Where am I?
Why, you're in Avernus.
Don't know where that is. Is that south of Waterdeep? East?
It's very,
Deep south.
very south of Waterdeep, Mortimer dear.
I haven't been that far south. What should I be looking for over here? You don't normally talk to me like this.
You don't normally come visit me at home.
This is your home. Okay. When we talked last, you said that you like weren't bad or anything. This seems pretty bad. Have you seen this shit? As I point towards the creature.
And the voice says, "Oh, he's not bad. He's just troubled. Help him out and he'll help you on your way."
If you say so. And then I looked at everyone else and I go, Surreal, you know of Sariel a little bit, I think, at this point in this timeline of podcasting. Ignore what I just said. This place is weird. I was just told that we need to let this girl thing it out, and then we'll be good.
Why not? What is like worst thing could happen?
You are very small right now.
I'm so small. I'm the tiniest thing in the world. I'm so small.
All right, Surreal, focus. Focus up here. Eyes up here. We gotta let that thing go.
Okay, sure, why not? Here, I'll play it a tune, and I'll take out my bagpipes, and I will play a ditty on them. Let's see, let's because it's fun now. I guess I'll expel one charge of the pipes of haunting.
Yeah,
And
you will.
and I will play it's like a bagpipe but also horrifying at the same time.
Yep.
And it is as I described it with original Teapot,
It's really creepy. It's got the spookies. So
Perfect. I love it.
yep. So this is not gonna work on the big creature thing. But it has a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Against what? Charm?
It's
Fear?
frightened. Frightened, yeah.
Fear. You know, weirdly, not immune to that.
Huh.
Also weirdly, rolled a natural 1. So
Awesome.
this thing starts screaming, and it's the most horrible noise any of you have ever heard. It is like someone threw an iron nail into a wood chipper, like a bag of iron nails into a wood chipper. Just
Surreal
screeching and horrible. Yes.
is overtaken by the fact that Surreal is 3 feet tall and a tiny little lizard playing the bagpipes, and this monstrosity is scared of it.
Yep.
So Surreal's gonna break off of the sound and then go into a little fit of giggles.
Bizdir's gonna turn to Mortimer and be like, Are we supposed to get him out of the chains, or are we supposed to kill him?
Hold on, let me check. Sariel, can you still hear me?
Stop hurting him. He knows where the books are.
Oh.
Jax is currently over by one of the chains, just gnawing on it.
Oh, Jax, would you do me a favor and make me a
yeah.
a constitution saving throw, please?
Sure, I will do that as a bear.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
Okay, that's, I think, good enough. Yeah, it tastes terrible, but nothing happens.
Bizdir is gonna like start petting the air, and out of nowhere, a hound of ill omen is going to pop into the air.
Okay.
And she's going to say, "Get the chains," and it's gonna go to the other side.
Okay, so now we have 2 gnawing on the chains. Excellent.
Yes.
While all of this is happening, Kit is sitting in a corner playing an emo song on her lyre.
Amazing. Yes.
Surreal's gonna
How
join you
could
and
this
just
happen
like
to
little
me?
toots of the bagpipes. I'm not gonna be helpful with this at all.
Yes,
It's just
I
a
love
jam
it.
band.
I love it.
I like to think you somewhat fell over onto the bagpipe, so the more you laugh, you're just like letting air in and out.
Absolutely.
Who can tell if she's playing them correctly? Whoop.
So
All right.
Sariel said to not hurt it. So I guess just gnaw away, I guess. I wonder if there's some way to just kind of like, does it look magically tied down? Chained down?
Yeah, these chains look pretty gnarly, and you can see like little spell etchings up and down them. They are almost certainly magically reinforced.
I'm like, huh, that looks magical, as I cast a spell magic.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an spellcasting ability check, please.
You got it. It's
I can do
at
that too.
5th level.
Nice.
So roll, that is a 20.
Oh, well,
Wait,
unfortunately, it's
is
a
it?
34th level spell. So, no, yeah. Yeah, so you watch as the sigils that are sort of carved into the chains flare and then go dull, and Jax and Bizdir's Hound of Hill Omen suddenly have a much easier time sort of, pulling apart the iron of the chains. Do you have stats for your Hound, Bizdir?
Yes.
Great. I need you and Jax to make one more Constitution saving throw, the both of you, please.
I got a 16 again.
Great. You fine?
That is it's a dirty 20.
All right. So tastes terrible, but nothing happens. Which is lovely. And eventually you're able to get through the chains, and this creature speaks in your minds, all of you. Once it is free, it sort of hovers up and speaks in all of your minds, and it sounds like it looks. It's just sort of glorpy and gooey, the voice, and horrible. And it tells you, as it rises up, you can see that underneath it, it was hovering just above what looked like a puddle of that weird black ichor that you can see the rivers of. But this creature tells you that, in fact, that is a pool of ichor. And at the bottom of the pool are the books you seek.
Sean Connery, thank you. for your
Sean Connery,
wisdom.
but like with a mouthful of rocks.
Yeah. That's not Sean Connery normally?
Fair, fair.
So we need to go into the ichor.
Someone should.
Can anyone swim?
Yes, that's your biggest concern right now.
Can Biz send the Hound of Ill Omen into it to grab the books?
Blessings. Sure, why not? Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw for the puppers.
Puppers. That's a crit fail.
Fantastic. I mean, terrible. How sad. The Hound of Ill Omen comes back, and it claws its way out of the ichor, and you don't see the book in its mouth. And then one of its paws comes out of the ichor, and the paw, instead of like a dog paw, now is just 5 long tentacly fingers that are holding a book. And it sort of tosses it onto the ground, and then the dog like pulls itself up, and all of its paws are tentacles, and the floating creature says, "That's one."
How many books are there?
5. No,
right.
not true. 4.
So she's gonna send him back down.
Yeah, make a con save.
Oh, that's a 20.
No, well, all right. So it gets back up and has a second book in its tentacles, but nothing else has changed.
Great.
So you can overhear the jam band happening, and
Well, yeah, you two make me charisma performance checks. I want to know how it goes, first of all.
Okay, all right. Well, I rolled a natty
Make yours
one.
with disadvantage because you don't give a shit. Yes.
So it's terrible for me.
Amazing.
But there's something in the terribleness, and Cyril kind of notices that you guys are trying to do something, and Cyril loves a dog, right? So even though it sounds like 2 cats are dying in a bag over there, oh, maybe someone else. 1 cat is dying in a bag, and someone sounds great. But you take inspiration.
Oh,
from-
nice.
Oh.
Nice.
And
All right.
Kit, even though she is trying so hard not to care, the music is so beautiful that even though she's trying not to, a little bit of inspiration also flies from her over to Bizdira.
Delightful. All right. So you're sending the dog back down. The dog has inspiration. So if it does particularly poorly, you can add a what? I don't know what level you are. 8. So a D8, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
Right,
keep
Surreal?
trying
I
to
just
get all
sort
the
of made
books
that
out.
up. You're not level
So-
8 either. I think you're higher than that. I don't remember.
That's
I
a
think it's 10.
19 for the third book.
19. All right. So third book, fine. 10. Okay.
D8, you said I can add?
D8 or D10, Surreal?
Yes, it is. Hold on one second.
It's a
Let me look.
D10.
D10.
D10 at this level?
D10.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Okay. That's an 11 for the 4th book.
With the D10?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So
And-
this time the dog, no, there's only 4 books. This time the dog comes out and, oh. Okay. This time the dog comes out and it does have the book, but the book is speared on one of its canines, which has now grown to about 3 feet in length, just sort of curling like a tusk behind it.
Doggy.
I feel like Biz is like gonna feel bad and try to help him get the book off.
Yeah, it's well, all right. You're gonna help him take the book off, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Make a con save.
Okay. Wait, for me, right? Oh, nice. My constitution is amazing. That's a 14. Thank goodness.
All right. So you do not get flesh warped by the demonic ichor,
Okay.
and you have 4 books now in front of you.
And I'll look up at the ichor and say, "That's it, right? Just the 4?
Yeah.
Great."
Inside check.
Which
Yeah, go for it.
No, I don't give a fuck. I'm
Oh,
playing
right. Who cares?
If Surreal was in her right mind, Surreal would be like, inside check. But Surreal's giggling over there with the jam band.
she's actually Bazir is gonna ask, did you see a hooded figure go through any of the books?
I have repaid my debt to you.
And it starts to float away.
Great.
Reasonable.
Yeah, okay. Bazir is gonna grab Kit and be like, "Hey Kit, I think we should go, don't you?"
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. And she's gonna keep strumming her lute.
So she's gonna kind of help Kit up and be like, "I don't know, guys. 4 books and 5 of us."
I guess do we split up?
I mean, I'm sticking with my girl here,
I forgot
but
you were a bear. I forgot you were a bear.
So Surreal's gonna be like, whatever, jam band forever, and I'm gonna grab Kit's hands and grab a
Yes.
book.
Yes. Jam band forever.
Yeah.
As she like her waving fingers are the last thing to get strung out, and Surreal and Kit disappear into one of the books.
Bazir's gonna be like, "Oh God, they're gonna fucking kill me," and grab a different book.
I'm gonna go.
Great.
Surreal can't be by herself. And then as I turn around, I trip and I accidentally go face first into a book.
Yes, excellent. And Bear,
And then
Jax?
it's just quiet in hell now, and it's just this bear pawing at the last book, just like
Just-
It's so good.
and down you go. All right. So you have all entered different books. We're going to start. I'm going to go in the order that I got them in here, which means that we are starting with Surreal and Kit. Surreal and Kit, the first thing that you notice is the smell of salt air. And as you are able to see again, you find yourselves in what looks like the hull of a ship, all the way down of a wooden ship. What do you two look like at this point? Also, your mental effects are gone now.
The salt waters revivified us.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Surreal's gonna feel a little silly about the way that she's been acting, but also feel much more comfortable in a ship because that's where she grew up.
Yep.
But she's bigger than she used to be and a little bulkier because she is a big old turtle.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Kit?
Kit looks up at the turtle and then looks down at her bluish skin. And she is a water genasi now. So she looks the same with her hair and everything, just like kind of
Nice.
bluish, a little watery.
Nice. I like it. Will you two make me dexterity saving throws, please?
Oh.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving thing. 18 for me, please.
All right.
Me
and
too.
Kit? All right. So
Jam band
the two of you manage to keep your feet as the ship is rocked to the side, and slamming through the hull of the ship is an enormous tentacle that waves around and then retreats back out of the hole, and water starts pouring into the ship, into the hull of the ship, and you all seem to be sort of at the bottom. You can see on the far end of this hull, of this sort of bottom deck that you're in, there's a ladder that heads up to the deck above.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's
So-
go.
Yep.
Kit wants to make up for being so useless in the last round.
All right. So you all run over to that ladder. These tentacles continue to pummel the hull of the ship. Water is pouring in much more quickly than, well, actually, I don't know that either of you would really care all that much. But anyway, still, it feels
Yeah.
nice to, stay out of
Yeah.
it for a little while. You don't want to be trapped in the ship underwater, I suppose.
Mhm.
So as you all are climbing up, a particularly large smack by one of the tentacles sends the ship listing 30 degrees to port. So I'm going to need you both make dexterity saving throws once again.
Not so good. That's 7.
All right. And Kit?
13.
All right, so Kit, you managed to keep your feet, but you see Tortle Surreal fall over onto the back of her shell and start sliding down the incline that is the ship deck on the back of her shell.
Oh no! I'm gonna try to save her.
Yes, tell me how.
Oh God. You mean I can't just say I'm gonna do something and just do it? What? Oh, what an excellent question. I mean, first I'm just gonna try to grab her, and
All
we're
right.
gonna see if I'm strong enough. The
Absolutely,
answer
make me
is
strength
probably
athletics.
no.
I
There
can't
you
wait to
go.
find out.
Oh no, I'm not strong enough. It's a
Uh-oh.
6.
Okay, so Surreal sort of slips out of your grasp, goes tumbling and smacks up against the side of the ship, taking 3 bludgeoning damage. But Surreal,
Ouch.
at least now you've stopped sliding for the moment.
Yay.
Oh, I love Tortle Surreal voice. Yay!
Yay.
All right. Tentacles are continuing to smash through the ship. And what are you? I lost it. But what are you two doing?
What are we doing?
What are you?
Anyway, D&D Beyond won't load my character screens anymore, so we're all fucked.
Yeah, same.
Oh, good.
D&D Beyond crashed.
Oh, good. I'm gonna
Ooh.
blame that on us, considering you're each running 10 characters right now.
Probably.
To be fair, I run
40
so-
characters. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I still have mine for now. Knock on fake wood. So do we just see the tentacles? Do we see the tentacles connected to a larger creature?
since you're over by the edge now trying to help Surreal, you can see out into the open ocean and you see an enormous octopus that really just has eyes for this ship. It is for whatever reason it wants this ship.
All right, I am going to reach my hand out, and I feel an anger pulsing through me, and out of my hands there's a spark of lightning, and all of a sudden there's lightning everywhere, and I've called lightning.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I'm so angry. This thing almost took my new friend. I was so useless in the last time that there's an extra power coming through me. And I'm going to it's going to do full damage. I'm not gonna roll for
Yes,
it
Storm
because
Sorcerer.
no, actually
Oh.
Tempest Domain Cleric.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. All right. I like it. Well, I rolled a crit fail anyway, so
Nice.
on my
it's-
saving throw.
It'll take 30 damage.
Ooh, all right. That's gonna stop the tentacles for a few rounds. Where am I? Here we go. All right. Yeah. So you're able to get Surreal back on her feet. The tentacles are not bombarding the ship for a little while. What are you all doing?
Okay. Hold on. It loaded. Let me just
Yeah.
do stuff. When Surreal gets this moment, Surreal's gonna pull out a gun and shoot at it, but Surreal needs to load her character screen so she can see what she needs to roll.
Oh. How far away is the thingamajig?
Oh, it's like probably 100 feet or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
It's got big, long tentacles.
Cool.
All right.
I mean, I
Surreal,
can
you let us
cast
know.
another spell, but
Do, 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 do.
You can also roll, and if it's just real shit or
Yeah,
real good, you'll
alright,
know.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna roll. It's a 17, so
That'll probably
plus-
hit with whatever you're trying to do.
And what kind of
Plus
gun is
some-
it? Is it a revolver?
I think it was a revolver. Yeah,
That's 2d8 damage.
2d8.
Ooh.
Sweet. So that's
So, Kit, you hear the loudest crack explosion something coming from this weird thing Surreal's got in her hand.
Yep, that's 10 points of damage.
Woohoo!
whoa! What was that?
It's a gun.
A what?
Surreal
Oh, yeah, it's
unlocked
a
a
gun.
new ability. Gun.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so the octopus is writhing in pain and it doesn't understand what just shot it and it got shocked and everything's a mess.
My turn again.
Sure.
I will use my action to call lightning once again.
All right.
Because it's a concentration spell.
Well, that was a
Hell
3,
yeah.
so
Okay, that's not gonna save.
doesn't have great decks. So
I love that this is a lightning and Morgan's gun is the thunder part.
yeah.
nice
Oh, that's so
counterpart.
sweet. Yeah.
Jam band, man.
Yes.
Yes.
An
Forever.
unstoppable duo. That's
Mhm.
14 points this time.
All right.
Nice.
So the octopus it's starting to sort of lose its ability to stay close to the surface of the water. Surreal, you want to finish it off?
Yeah, let's do it. I will.
All right.
I will attack it for 11. Let's say plus 4.
Sure. Yeah, that
15?
hits. Yeah, its AC is lower than that, so yeah.
Cool. And then it was 2d8.
Big boy.
So
It's hard to miss.
is a big boy. That's 5 plus 8, 13 points damage.
That'll do. All right, so you just see it fires through one of the tentacles and right into this thing's bulbous head, and it begins to sink beneath the waves. And suddenly appearing, hovering in front of the two of you, looking somewhat surprised, is the mysterious figure. And he says, "Oh, just the two of you. You did so well. You do adapt well." And he throws you to a book. He like touches a book and begins to get sucked into it. And with his other hand, before it gets stretched out, he tosses it to you two.
Literally, as he's disappearing, I'm like, "Come here, asshole!"
Excellent. All right.
Just wait until I get my hands on this dude.
Bizdira, we get to you. You find yourself, you open your eyes again and you find yourself in this beautiful sort of crystal palace looking like ballroom area, and standing, sort of taking up probably half of this really enormous ballroom is this dragon ? Make me an intelligence nature check real quick.
Oh, that's good. That's a 12.
All right. Tell us what you look like.
Vizira's is now a little bit taller than normal, dressed in greens, and she kind of like feels something weird, and she reaches up and realizes that her ears are pointy.
Oh.
And for mechanical purposes, she is an elf ranger.
Excellent. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
You see this big old dragon, but as you look at it, you realize there's something sort of off about this dragon, and you are deeply confused because you could swear that this is a fairy dragon. You've heard of them before. Bizdira has arcane knowledge that we've never totally understood. It looks like a fairy dragon, like the colors and the frills, except it's enormous, and fairy dragons are generally not that big, but this is like the size of this room.
Okay. Is it awake? Is it looking at me?
Oh, it's looking right at you.
So she's gonna be like, "Hey, buddy. What's going on?"
Buddy? Oh, yeah, buddy's good. Hi.
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 Have you seen any books around?
I have. Here, do you want this one?
Yeah, I would love
Great.
that.
Here.
Great. So he just like hands out the book?
He sort of scooches it with his claw over towards you, yeah.
She's gonna very, very carefully walk over and like just put her foot on it and say,
Great.
"Thanks,
And
buddy."
you get sucked into it.
Great.
All right, great.
Nice.
I can't wait until we get back to
effective.
you.
Oh,
all right,
dear Lord.
let's go over to, what do I have next here? Let's go over to Mortimer. So Mortimer, you feel rain falling on your face, and it is a crack of lightning and thunder that brings your vision back, and you find yourself on one end of a bridge, and on the other end of the bridge is an enormous, unreasonably frightening looking castle.
What in the hell is it? What happened to my voice? As you see a halfling, with a cowboy hat, and a gun on his side, as people from Taking Initiative will realize, as Kent Brickwood, East Farthing Brickwoods.
East Farthing Brickwoods. I love it. Yeah, well, that's what you see, and there happens to be a black horseless carriage right next to you that you see in the door swings open.
Oh shit! Oh, surreal that. Oh, she's not here. Oh, this is that. Is there fog everywhere?
Oh, absolutely.
This is goddamn Barovia. Whatever, carriage, take me with you. As I waddle on over, hop on in, and take me where we gotta go. Let's get this shit done.
All
I don't
right,
wanna
the
stay here
carriage
longer than I need.
Carriage takes you across the bridge into the courtyard of this enormous castle. As you pass into the courtyard and approach the enormous front doors, which are ever so slightly ajar, you can hear organ music coming from the inside.
Oh, what a pretentious asshole. All right, let's come on. I'll go, hop off, walk, take my gun, check the bullets. I also realized that this gun, as soon as I open it up, there's a light coming out with the same type of hellfire that was on my mace. And go,
Oh,
well, that wasn't in the story. I'll take it. I spin it, cock it back in, and start walking towards that organ.
I love it. So you step into the entrance hall of this castle, and an elf is there waiting for you, dressed in livery, and he nods and very monotone says, "The master awaits you."
Yeah, Rahadin, you dick. Let's go.
Rahadin looks very confused.
I've heard all about you and your bullshit. Come on, let's get it over with.
Clearly very flustered, but you know, professional as always, and leads you through some rooms and hallways and such, and you find yourself in a large dining room set with a feast on the enormous dining table there in the middle, and on one end is an ornate chair, and behind the chair is an enormous portrait of, well, Strahd von Tsarevich.
Well, that bard actually got everything pretty damn close to exact here. Nice word pictures out of that one. All right. Well, dining area. Trying to remember back to that story. I'm pretty sure Charlotte was real mad she couldn't rest. So she rested about here while
Yep.
Ferguson and Kent, me. Oh, organ.
Oh,
I'm
my
going to go check
brain.
that organ.
Yeah, do it.
It's not metagaming if you DM'd it.
Mortimer actually was at that bar listening to the bard tell that entire story.
Yes.
So, that is a 7 perception.
You're pretty sure that if you push those buttons, sound comes out.
The organ actually works. All right. I always thought this was an illusion.
You think maybe.
All right. Well, let's go check the rest of the castle then, as I walk out of the room and I start looking around.
As you turn to leave the room, there, standing right in front of the doors, is the picture of vampire horror Strahd von Tsarevich himself, and he says, "Leaving so soon."
And I aim it at him. I'm like, all right.
Josh, you don't cock a freaking revolver.
I said it with my mouth. All right. That's what the bard did, was every time he did his goddamn gun. All right. I pointed at Strahd. Actually, just like check it around. I'm like, I never use one of these. All right. Where's the book? I don't have time.
He sort of smiles and says, "Nor do I. It is here." And he holds up a book, but he doesn't seem to be outstretching his arm to give it to you at all.
That
Just be
bard
careful
actually
of
got
the
your
carpet.
voice pretty good too. All right. I heard about you, Mr. Von Zarevich.
Is there a bitch?
Tsarevich. Oh, my whole life I have to explain how to say the name.
It's like secondhand from information. Never mind. I have my gun back up. All right. I'm going to walk over slowly and we're just going to hand off. Okay. I just want to get out of here. You can have your old castle back whenever. We don't have to get into a tussle.
Of course.
And I reach my hand out, gun still stretched, but I pull it back a little bit so he can't grab it.
He hands it to you, but he sort of not menacingly. If you want to shoot him, I guess you can. But he definitely like grabs your hand as you take the book, and just tries to pull you a little closer and says, "I'll see you soon."
Fuck
Oh,
off.
I have giants to deal with. Thank you very much. And I'm going to touch the book. And
All
go,
right.
Your place sucks.
My place is very nice. Oh, God, it's gone. All right. We hop to Jax. Jax, what do you look like?
Hey, so my also having difficulties with D&D Beyond. It's not
Oh,
in my
no.
character sheet, but I
Oh,
look
no.
like a dwarf warlock. So I have these like purple robes that kind of like drape down, and he's like, I'm short again, and this time I don't have muscles. This is the worst
Aw.
possible universe to be in right now.
Aw. All right.
Why
you
do I
find-
hear whispering in my head? What those are those whispers that Mortimer
Now?
was talking about.
This is terrible. He was right. You find yourself in an enormous chamber colored in pastels and stone walls. There are all of these. It's basically like a forest of massive columns of every color supporting the ceiling. And at the far end, you see a black throne, the arms shaped like cobras, the back festooned with 6 or 7 humanoid skulls. Sitting on the chair is a crown and a scepter, and that's what you see. Oh, and a book. Duh.
Oh. Well, that don't look good. None of this looks good. Those columns are pretty though. No, book. I need the book. Okay, I'm gonna walk over towards the book.
As you walk over to the book, the skull in the center of this, of the back of this throne, flares. Little green lights flare in the eye sockets, and flame begins to surround it. And a voice emanates from the throne and says, "Ah, you've made it.
Hello.
Listen, you can have the book, but do me a favor, would you?"
Sure. What's up?
Listen, this has been here a very long time, and it's been some time since I had any adventures trying to steal my trinkets. Would you mind telling people about the enormous hoard of treasure here in my tomb? Send them
Yeah.
my way.
Yeah, I'm sure Mary would love all that.
Thanks. Just send them on here.
Yeah, she loves treasure and magic and stuff. Yeah, I'll tell her right about it. That's fine.
Fantastic. Send them right over. Tomb of Horrors. We'll see
Tomb
them
of Horror.
soon.
Okay, hold on. Let me write that. Let me just write that down so I remember.
Yeah,
later on.
absolutely. Yeah, don't
yeah.
forget. It's
Yep,
important.
Nope. That's a good name. That's a good
Yep,
name for
and-
this. It's spooky in here. The horror. I get
Yes.
it. Yeah. Okay. All right.
No one knows how to say my name, so I made the name of this thing. Is it Asarak, a Sararak? No one really knows. Hell, I've forgotten myself, if I'm honest.
That's an unfortunate name if it's Asarak. Anyway. Anyway. All right. Tomb of Horror. All right. Great. Yeah. No, I'll tell Mary all about this, and she'll love it.
Fantastic. There's the book for you.
Thank you.
Don't get my girlfriend
Yeah.
killed.
Oh, Mary will be fine. She's a level 20 fucking wizard.
All right, and you into the book as well. You all find yourselves once again on a rooftop in a city, and 3 of you probably recognize the city as Waterdeep. I don't know about you, Bizdir and Kit, but anyway, you're on a city rooftop, and you see maybe 60 feet ahead of you. You see the mysterious figure holding one final book, and he says, "Come get it," and takes off. While I would love to run a chase right now, we're just going to narrate this chase. So why don't each of you sort of tell me how you're chasing after this figure?
Mortimer, this drow rogue now is hitting the pavement, the tiles, the shingles,
Sure,
whatever.
the shingles.
Hit
I like
the
shingles.
shingles.
Yeah.
And just running after this person, throwing a dagger here or there, trying to
All right.
stop them in their tracks.
You get a few hits in, and it definitely slows him down.
Surreal, also a drow,
Excellent.
is gonna fucking book it and doesn't have her character sheet, so is just gonna wizardy about it. I don't know
Yeah.
what that means, but it's
Yeah, firing some
magical.
spells, probably a magic missile here or there, right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. The mysterious figure shields a couple of times, but he eventually gets tired of that, and then you hit him a few times. Who else?
So apparently Jax is now a gnome.
Turns into a bear?
Yep, he turns into a bear. No, he's a gnome wizard now. And he's like,
Oh,
oh, now
okay.
I'm wearing robes and I'm even smaller. And he just starts taking off and casts like long strider on himself and just kind of like
Amazing.
little
Just-
nubby legs going along.
There's a few gaps between buildings that you have to leap that are like, it's a close call, but you make it. Bizdira, Kit?
Kit is also a tiny little gnome.
Yes.
And she's like, oh God! And like trying really hard to keep up, but is falling farther and farther behind. So yeah, she shoots off a couple whatever comes out of her hands, which is probably a mixture of firebolt, magic missile, maybe a chromatic orb.
Great.
She's just like she's going.
It's like
right.
that. It's like that beginning of what was it, Legend of Korra, where she's just like, "I'm the Avatar." Just...
Yeah.
I am the Avatar. Deal with it.
And Bizdira.
Bazir is also very small. She's a halfling rogue, so
For
she's
heaven's
running,
sakes.
but she's also shooting a short bow.
Okay. All right. So eventually you all are chasing after, and all of your, like, he gains on you for a little while because you all are stopping to attack, but eventually those attacks wear him down, and he finally just stops and sits and waits for you all to get there. And as the first of you approaches, he tosses the book on the ground, says, "See you soon," and places his hand on that one last book.
God damn it! And I'm just gonna keep running to the book and just stand down. I'm like, I'm sick of this shit. Dealing with vamp as I go in.
So you all jump into the book, and this time you find yourselves in a smallish room. The ground underneath you is soft and a little squishy, but not in a gross way. It's just like soft and padded. The walls are smooth and white. On one wall looks like a strange painting of all of these vibrant colors. You can see that there are some musical instruments on this painting. On the other side is this strange sort of small black scaffolding with all of these tomes up and down in shelves built into this scaffolding, in a strange black square in the very center of it, sort of sitting on a pedestal. Underneath the painting on that wall is a long, this strange looking like seat. It's sort of 3 seats all pushed together, very plush and upholstered, and sitting on that 3-seated seat is the mysterious figure, just sort of hands folded in his lap, hood pulled over. And he looks at all of you. He sort of looks up and looks at all of you, and without removing his hood, he says, "You all did so remarkably well. I have so much to work with. I'm so excited to see what is next for the 5 of you, and for your friends, of course. I'll be keeping close tabs on all of you." And he pulls back the hood, and you see a human man with dark black curly hair, a beard, and a mustache, wearing a green shirt with a strange symbol on it, a circle, a big circle in the center with 5 smaller circles at the top, bottom, left, and right. And he claps his hands, and you all begin to dissolve and head back to your home worlds. And he says, "I can't wait. I'll see you all soon."
Aww.
And we're all done for the evening.
Yay!
Thank you all so much. Thank the 5 of you. That was such fun for me. And thank you everybody who hung out. I know it is late for folks on the East Coast, but thank you for hanging out. This was so fun. We look at that. We got 4 minutes. What?
Yay!
We're going to go around really quickly. Let everybody remind you who we are, where you can find us on the internet, what we're up to. I think you will see all of us back at some point tomorrow. So also we'll let you know about that. So yeah, let's go in the other order. So we'll start with Bucky this time.
Hi, I'm Bucky. If you try to find me on the internet, you won't because I'm not there. But
So
you can
jealous.
find me on the Taking Initiative podcast, and we'll be back here again tomorrow to have our show called Perception Check. So come join.
Huzzah. Josh?
Perception Check is going to be a talk show talking about stuff about the hobby. That'll be from 7 to 8 tomorrow at this Twitch link. If you try to find me on the internet, you can only find me on Instagram at Zyroxisthebeard. I've been in chat. You can grab the spelling there. And if you want to find Taking Initiative stuff, it's at takinginitiativepodcast.com and on Twitter at TI_pod. Thank you for running the game, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Of course. It was such a blast. Lydia.
Lydia, I played Bizdeer again on the Last Refuge podcast. We'll be around tomorrow for another game with the TLR crew. Can't really find me on the internet as well, but I'm on Twitter once in a blue moon to do some stuff. So at Vistra Pipsqueak.
Fantastic. Karin, I was Coach Kit.
Karin, I play Kit on The Last Refuge. We'll be back tomorrow with more of The Last Refuge crew. If you feel so inclined, you can follow me on Twitter at KCNILO. And you'll see my weird tweets about Love Island.
Yes. The
Nice.
content we all want. Morgan.
Hi. Just to in a continuing thread of like one taking initiative person finishes one other thing that the other person didn't say at 7 p.m. tomorrow for Perception Check. You can find me on Twitter at Thistle Raven. You can also find me at the TI_pod. I am currently in a every other week Conan the Barbarian game on the Gamers Table stream where I play the cutest little bean named Cornelia. You can also find me on the Venture Maiden stream, usually every other Friday, in the Dragon Age game, which our Eugenio was a wonderful Dorian for, where I
So fun.
play Amy Lay, who's super
Amy
Australian,
Lay,
even
yeah.
though Australia doesn't exist in the Dragon Age world. Making it happen. And you can come find me there, and I'd love for you guys to follow me on Twitter or to come hang out in those streams. And it was lovely that you guys all did this. And Eugenio, this was wonderful, and I'm so excited that I got to play with you guys.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, everybody. Once again, I'm Eugenio, sometimes known as your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzy Hands. You can find me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands, the dungeon master and producer of The Last Refuge. You can follow us on Twitter at DND Last Refuge. New episodes every Wednesday. You can also find me. So we'll be back, like Lydia and Karin said, we'll be back tomorrow night at around 8 o'clock, right after Perception Check with a Last Refuge game. The other players from that game will be joining us, and this was meant to be our first live show as The Last Refuge. So we're super excited to do it. We have, for those of you who are here, you'll get a little preview. So for our live games at cons, like we've done it before. We are going to do a Muppet Babies version of all of our main story characters. We're using some Wardlings material from the upcoming Renegade Game Studios book Wardlings. So the main characters will all be kids and will be romping about as the child versions of themselves. So that'll be tomorrow, 8 p.m. You can find me on next Tuesday on the Venture Maidens channel. It is the finale of a 5-episode arc of Call of Cthulhu. GM'd by Celeste Konowich. Fantastic, super exciting, very scary. You can find me on Wednesdays on Little Red Dot Twitch channel, little_red_dot, playing in a game of Overlight. We have our first session this coming Wednesday. And on Thursdays, you can find me on the Wandering DM channel in the evenings, playing in a game of Dragon Age with Tanya DePass as our GM. That's where you can find me. Follow me on Twitter. Follow all of us who have Twitters and our shows. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We hope you had as good a time as we did. Enjoy the rest of the weekend of content. We hope that you're around for all of it. We'll be in and out as we can. So say hi if you see us. Be safe, be healthy, stay home, and enjoy the weekend. Happy gaming, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.